boy.
Bad Daddy.
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy.
Still going.
Not your son. Bad Daddy.
Bad Daddy has become the standard opening, and I don't know if it should, because it's, in context it's fine, but out of context it's so weird. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uncommon Gaming. I'm Uncommon, and joining with me today is the second group of deputized delvers. We're gonna have to get another name other than second group of deputized delvers. Say hi, everybody. Wave.
Hi.
Quaz is the best wave. It's so good.
I am waving.
You can kind of see when he talks because there's a line under him. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Right?
Fantastic. Travel wasn't too bad, so.
Oh, that's good.
Good. And you were flying from across the country.
No, we're coming down from Washington to Oregon.
Oh,
on a
okay.
train.
Who was
I'm
flying?
confusing because Sadra was flying.
Yeah,
Oh.
I flew from Virginia to home to Washington earlier this week.
Two of you were on a train. Quaz was just at home.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I came home from work. It was a good day at work.
By the way, feel free to interact with chat as you wish. We're here today because in our Patreon levels, there's levels for your own campaign that influences and interacts with the world of Delving In Deep. Quaz has stepped forth and raised the banner and said, I want to play, and I'm super excited because I got some good stuff. I hope I got some good stuff. There's so much pressure to follow two great games. I hope we're going to bring you a third today. Hope to make you excited and proud. I hope chat's in there and got the piles points. Not yet, but I hope you got them. But with that being said, let me give you your brief introduction to your setting, because you've made characters. In fact, let's start there. Let's start with the characters you've brought to the table, and I'm going to tell you how I just fuck everything up for you. So, starting from, I guess from Zoom would be the easiest way to describe this. I know you all have different orders for your picture. So, starting with India, can you tell us a little bit about what you're bringing to the table?
Oh boy, I'm first. My character is Salia the Revenant. She is a tiefling paladin. She protects dead. She's really into dead people. Not in like a weird way, but like she thinks that like ancient tombs are really cool and that like the ancients should be respected, and you know, they have wisdom to teach us, even though she doesn't really hold on to it very well. But yeah, she likes traveling around, visiting, you know, anywhere that could hold, you know, some ancient stuff. Yeah.
Huge fan of the Paladin, so I'm excited. Amanda.
I love paladins.
Oh yeah, they're great.
I am playing Katya, the human blood hunter mercenary.
I have no idea how this class works. You're gonna run me over with rules.
I'm
Please.
sorry, Casey.
It's special ranger. That's it.
It's a special ranger. She comes from a family of mercenaries, so it's just kind of in her blood. Ha 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 ha.
Boo.
Yeah.
Oof.
And yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Sadra.
I play Nork, Tabaxi Druid, and you know, Tabaxis are very curious, and I'm probably going to cause a little bit of trouble.
Oh no.
He gets to do it in game now. Not just on the outside.
Exactly.
Welcome.
Good. Quaz.
I bring Giljuba Craterhoof, the Minotaur, and he's a bit of a pirate, and by a bit I mean he's just a pirate. Recently washed ashore. He lost his ship, and he doesn't quite like that. But he does like gold, and he especially when he takes it from people.
When it's not your own, and now it is. the best part. All right, Spoopy.
Hello. I am Großliger Kunstgeist. You can call me Spoopy. I am a human-ish monk, and I like to paint things. That is what I do.
And Bruno.
Hello, I am Balthazar Uriah Kushkane Noctamar. I am a gunslinger, and I'm a warforged. I have a bit of an inclination to constantly be wanting to improve myself, if you will. I need to be the best at what I am. And I'm a big fan of a certain deity who likes hammers.
So,
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. So, taking a look at our map, and I'm going to do some light scrolling here, and I think everybody can see where the mouse is. I don't know if you can... I can't actually alt-tab fast enough. Okay, you do see where the mouse is. One monitor today, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the world, and then I'm going to tell you where we're starting. So this is Zezzap, which if you watch the earliest building of our world, it's like a bad anagram for pizza pie, meaning we took out letters and put in a couple extra. Starting in the top left, the nation of Ektun is a warfaring, militaristic. I want to give the alignment, but I don't want to start referring to my charts for any that I forget. But on the rise, military power. In the middle here, on the left side of the continent, is Robad. Orcs, goblin tribes, warring, this drive for power, but has never been able to get off the ground. Never been able to really surge forward and get anything done. It's been stuck between the second warring faction, which is Loros, down here in the bottom left-hand corner of our map. Loros and Ektun have been at this eternal war, both for conquest, one with military might, one with worshippers and followers, and they've just been bashing heads on this side of the continent with Robad, poor Robad, stuck in the middle. In the actual middle of these two continents, we have Chrolome, who is your merchant, your freedom, your travel. Everything that happens here is what you expect of normal D&D society. This is your adventuring, your open seas. They have a large navy that protects kind of the free trade between all nations, kind of up and down the coast here. We go back to the right, we have the nation of Sanalis, is a overgrown jungle. It's a goddess, a deity that loves to create, loves to bring life into things, and is just making creatures and filling her world with her ever-expanding world at this moment with these creatures. Down here in this desert-like area is Fortic, god of knowledge, loves books and libraries and studying and just getting knowledge out there. All the books you see in the world come from this domain one time or another, or crafted and made in Fortic's giant, vast libraries. At a minimum, every nation has a couple of libraries that were brought up as part of his faith and his followers. Moving down here, all the way to the bottom, we have Dominimo, the god of party and pleasure, and if one is good, more must be better. He loves to intake. He loves to enjoy the pleasures of life, good, bad, or indifferent. And we're currently there in the story, the main show. But where we're going to start our adventure is right here where you see this dragon. That's that coronavirus coming at me right now. Let me take a drink.
Oh no.
I fled Washington. Here I am. So.
All right, we've all got it.
Oh man, hope not.
I mean, D&D online is great for, quarantining.
I've got my antivirus installed.
Ah, perfect.
Oh my god.
That'll definitely keep you safe.
It will. So right here, in the southern eastern continent, south of the eastern continent, southeast of it, we do have Inlo's territory. Inlo, and I will bring up the notes for this one. Inlo himself is the god of knowledge, arcana, and life. He's a cautious god. He rarely takes risks, but he's calculating, he's manipulative. He's the god that initiated the anti-arcane movement among the other gods. He has zealots, the red hoods that hunt mages throughout the entire world. He's got in his possession the world's largest mega dungeon. He is a god of preservation, so passionate that he's built this layer after layer after layer after layer of a defensive perimeter to keep himself safe and secure. He lives somewhere in this mega dungeon. Layer after layer after layer being built over the last 500 years. He, unlike some other, I would say, miscalculating dungeon builders, decided it was better, it was smarter to put the most dangerous things at the top and work down. Right at the very top, this is the ancient red dragon, or was the ancient red dragon that guarded the first level. This was the I dare you to come into my dungeon, ancient red dragon. Almost kind of the symbiotic relationship between Inlo and the dragon. The hoard, the gold, the things that dragons love, and the piles and piles of low-level adventurers that think they're diving into a modest dungeon. They pile
Did you
up.
say pile?
I did say pile, but not piles.
Was that a reference?
Not yet. Well, the dragon was actually. Yeah, this is a familiar dragon for those who are up to date. You know this as individuals because somewhere between 1 year ago and 500 years ago, depending on your backstory, you were brought to this mega dungeon. You were brought through the various levels as a slave, as a prisoner, and you were brought all the way down to the lowest level, and you have been put to work. You have been carving out the next level of Inlo's dungeon under threat of death and force. Enslaved. Any possessions you have in your character sheet, don't delete them. But they're not there. You can add a pickaxe and a shovel to your inventory. You can add a bucket to your inventory. You all have a bucket. Bucket serves as bowl for food and as waste removal. It's this... everybody's
Gross.
got a bucket.
Joke's on you, I don't use the bucket.
Oh, jeez.
For those of you who are in the Discord, you should go check out the art channel and the recent writing thing that happened.
I mean,
Is it a war pick or a miner's pick?
miner's pick. Real quick, scrolling up. Thank you, Spoopy, for gifting tier 1, and tier 1 to Skyzio, Albino Squirrel, and Josh Mayo Cello. Thank you so much, Spoopy. Stay active. I love it. And this is all the backstories you have planned. They're fine up until the point where they stop and you were captured and brought on. For those who were shipwrecked, you were found by the slavers who sold you to Inlo. For those who are 513 years old, the last 500 of those has been mining. Your sentience slowly coming back to you in the last year as you've kind of got to know and interacted with people. This dungeon is filled with Warforged. Warforged of the last era, brought back over and repurposed and reprogrammed for digging the tunnel. Your people have carved out almost the entirety of this 21 level dungeon. You are on the 22nd floor. You're on the 22nd floor carving out the walls, the cells, the pathways, the hallways. And you are about 70% of the way through this floor. It's been the better part of a decade working here. And after you get it all kind of carved out and all the rocks moved and pushed away, then you begin laying the decorations, the actual stonework, the carved, hewn nature of it. Right now you've been working on the space for the last decade, and for some of you the last year, the 2 years, wherever it fits best in your backstory. And we'll forget again for one of you for the last 500. And it's not comfortable. They do feed you well enough that you maintain muscle mass, that you're not sore after a hard day's of work. The thing that drives you the hardest may or may not be the fact that the older and those who can't keep up are removed. Not pleasantly, not for freedom. They're just gone. They're there and they're gone. Friends you may have made, mentors you may have latched onto are gone. And then the 6 of you have gotten to know each other somewhat well, a small clique, and for whatever reasons you may have brought in, and I'm going to have to bring up character names here constantly, and for whatever reasons you may have brought in your Warforged companion. Let me refresh, see if you have a name for me. Bernard. No, that's not Bernard. That's Beholder. What's your name?
His name is Balthazar, but we call him Bucket.
Balthazar. Bucket. Ah, that's funny, because you all have a bucket.
Bucket.
And one day, something changed. And all of you, everyone, felt the world one night, early, middling in the evening, felt the world shift to the north. Let me get this right. A little bit to the north and to the west, but mostly up. You felt the world shift upwards. Now, for the rest of the world, that meant natural disasters on the surface, tsunamis and earthquakes. For you, that meant, holy shit, an earthquake. And the whole foundation of this dungeon seemed to shift and grind as it was brought in and collapsed into a position, almost tearing rocks and twisting in places, and the earth shook. And for the first hour, it was tremors after tremors, followed by softer and softer and then larger and tremors. It was, everybody was hiding. You were finding holes. Rocks were falling. Things you had been working on and building, collapsing under you. Fissures and cracks opening up in the walls, and you huddled. You tried to find a place, something safe under tables, right in front of you, right in front of your group, as you huddled under a series of tables in what is the cafeteria, we'll call it. You saw the tables weren't even enough as a large boulder collapsed on another group across from you under another large table, completely demolishing and squishing another dozen friends or companions, diggers, fellow slaves. And then the darkness came, and not the darkness you're used to, the ground patched with glowing fluorescent mushrooms and mold to light up the pathways. The screams, the tentacles, the things in the darkness coming out of the fissures, pulling guards and slaves alike out of vision. And you find yourself 2 days after the shock. 2 days survived the fissures. They have stopped. The earthquakes have stopped. The tremors have stopped. Survived somehow whatever's creeping in the darkness, whatever's grabbing people and pulling them through. The most visual one is your chamber is particularly trapped. You found yourself in a short series of hallways and rooms that has been ended by collapsing rubble. A small 1 foot by 1 foot by, let's say, half a foot opening in the rocks. All that stands between you and the rest of the dungeon. A friend, a companion, a young orc, looking at the rubble, trying to move rocks, trying to adjust him away, a tentacle reaching around his ankle and ripping him through the opening, deboning, deskinning most of him as he rips through the slop and the muscle and the tissue that didn't make it through, being on the other side, kind of ripping out like a I guess a chicken wing, just deskinned. And that's where we're going to start. At this moment, 3 days after the disaster, after everything has been pulled only a few feet up and to the northwest, huddled against the tremors, against the darkness, against the screams beyond, you find yourself in a small chamber. And let me get the exact dimensions here for you. In a small chamber. Only two rooms, and a couple of hallways that end in dead ends. You find yourself shortly after your last friend, Todd. Well, not your last friend. You have other friends, but Todd the orc, was deboned through the opening by a black tentacle wrapping around his ankle, pulling him through. And that's where we'll open the scene as 6 of you and 1 other orc stand huddled on the other side. You are muted.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. There was a you said the inventory we had right now is a bucket, a miner's pick, and I feel like you said one other thing, a shovel. Okay,
A shovel, yeah, and basic clothes.
Okay, I assumed that. I was scared otherwise. Alas, poor Todd.
You're a big fuzzy cow. You don't need clothes.
You know, maybe some of us have modesty.
You've got fluff.
I do not like the way you're objectifying minotaurs.
Hey guys, I don't know if this is the time for jokes, but Todd just got ripped the fuck into pieces. I'm a little uncomfortable right now. I'm gonna stay away from the hole.
You gonna eat that? And I point over and just give a slight chuckle.
How about we not joke about eating?
I really want food.
Don't we?
Is that normal, eating other people?
No.
No,
It is not normal.
it was dark humor because I'm starving to death.
That must feel...
I say we eat cow first.
Spoopy would like to see if there's anything. So we've seen people coming from below and from the sides. Is there anything above us, like any cracks in the ceiling?
All right. So the best I can describe, you have 2 rooms. There's a series of hallways that were meant to lead into other chambers, but at the moment only lead between the 2 rooms. And then at the end of the other room, the farther room from this hole, is another dead-end hallway that was supposed to lead somewhere eventually. Around you, there are no fissures in the ceiling, none in the floor or in the walls. You have simply this collapsed hallway between you and the rest of this 21st floor.
And the crack with the tentacle is that hallway?
It
or
is
different?
the hallway. Yep. There's a little bit of a space there that leads further in with the collapsed rubble, and that's where the tentacle came out and grabbed Todd the orc.
Okay, and are there any items in the room that we're in that could serve as makeshift weapons,
Sure.
makeshift?
So anything you might expect in a cafeteria and a kitchen, you now have access to. The cafeteria is several benches long, very basic, but there are some tin plates and forks and knives. Nothing too sharp.
Oh.
So I'm gonna look to. Does that Howard or what's the other orc's name?
The other orc.
Because otherwise I'm calling him Howard.
That is a good name, but give me a second. Let me double check. A quick note here.
Because I assume we've known him for a decent amount of time too.
Yeah, let's go with Howard. My backup names don't fit the scenario.
The
but yes.
orcs Todd and Howard. Perfect.
Best orc names.
Oh,
Generic
God.
name, that's good.
I have a thing for like just basic human names. For all my characters are like Tim, Brian, Charlie.
I mean, the only thing I'm thinking of is Todd Howard now.
That's fair. But yes.
So I'm gonna look to Howard and so matey, and I'm going to like try and like reach for him, and what's going on? What was that thing?
What did you see?
I saw a man get ripped his skin off.
I mean, that's what I saw too.
You are very helpful. Well, I say we are screwed. I am prepared for death.
Hold that thought. I will go to the table and try and break a leg off for a makeshift club.
Sure, go ahead and let's just roll a strength check.
Break.
First
yes.
roll of the campaign. Let's go natural 20. That's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You rip off, and you put your hand in just the right position to get a good solid club out of it. It's not splintered in any good areas. Most of the weight at the top is there. You now have a, I would say a club -1.
Okay. Nice.
Is there a butcher's cleaver in here?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let's see here. I have to reload real quick. 1 sec.
While he's
Every time
reload,
Spoopy finds a spoon, she's just pocketing all of the spoons.
You have dozens of spoons. What were you saying, Klaus?
is there like anything I could use as like a makeshift shield, like a barrel top or something?
Give me a perception check.
A 10 on mine, by the way.
On a 10, you don't find a cleaver, but you do find some steak knives in the back, meant for
Okay.
nothing for prepping large honks.
I was thinking something I could throw potentially.
I say about a dozen steak knives that would operate as daggers -1.
Daggers -1. Okay.
And Quaz, with you, yes, absolutely. You find yourself a what we'll call a shield -1.
So AC +1.
Yep.
Okay.
Wooden barrel tops with handles right there. It works pretty well for what you're intending.
Sweet.
While they're doing that, I'm just curious. I'm going to walk up to that hole and look out.
Awesome. Give me a perception check. Oh, who does not have dark vision?
Oh, do I? That is a
3 of
good
you?
idea.
Okay.
I do.
You do? Okay. There's still
I do
some.
not.
We would consider just about everything here bright light before the collapse because of the fungus that had been planted to give some illumination. But a perception check from Sadric gives me a 24. All right. So you get down low and you gaze through the opening in the rock. Again, we'll call it 12 inches by 6 inches in size. It's a hallway that bends to the right sharply very, very soon. And you know that it moves further on into the passages. The next set of passages was supposed to be eventually a small series of traps for adventurers. So it is a short hallway that bends around, and as you look through the darkness, you see smooth hewn stone, a little bit of fluorescent moss, and a foot. Just an orc foot.
Oh, okay. Orc foot. Okay.
Looks to be, if you had to guess, Todd's foot.
Okay. Dismembered foot. Got it. All right. So I don't see any tentacles or anything like that slinking off into the darkness or anything.
Not from that angle. No. You think maybe if you could move enough of the rocks and start clearing it out, there's a chance you could see more, but there's also a chance the roof collapses.
Right.
Spoopy would like to gather some. You said that the moss and the fungus, is there like dirt? Is it built into the stone? Can I collect some and put it in my bucket to carry around as a light?
Growing on all the walls. And yes, if you were to collect it up and put it in the bucket, it would act as a torch.
I'd do that.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you scrape off some of it and you start putting it into your bucket. Your bucket is easily filled with this moss, and it glows like a lantern up, so you kind of have to angle it to get good directional light.
Seeing her do that, I will do the same.
Okay.
Could I just take some of the fungus and like put it on my horns, so I don't have to carry it? Just like stick a mushroom on each horn.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Oh boy.
You organics are disgusting.
You start gathering through the fungus, and you're trying to find the thickest, most durable pieces, but everything you put on just kind of slops off and falls to the ground. You're glowing a little bit, but we're talking a foot of visibility, not a torch worth.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and make 5 more makeshift clubs for everybody.
Okay, go ahead and give me. We'll call it two strength rolls.
Oh, I'll decline.
You decline a club. Okay.
I have horns.
You pull out 3 club -1s, but 2 of them. You managed to break it in such a way that the top of the table there's a corner that you pulled off with it. It adds weight and durability to the top. Those are normal clubs. So you have 2 normal clubs and 4 club -1s.
I'll take the normal club for myself.
Okay.
And then set the rest into a pile. Made weapons.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
I'll go over and look through them. I don't mind taking one of the -1s.
I think y'all should pick some up because I just tapped the horns. I'm good.
All right, Howard, take one.
Oh, hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Can I have the one with the extra corner? That one looks a little more.
Good for it.
Thanks.
Spoopy just shakes their head no and basically signs that they don't want one of the clubs. And
How
you
are
guys
you
would
gonna
know this
how
by
are you
now,
gonna bash
but-
things if you don't have a club?
Fists are still usable.
I'm going to like try and bump him with a horn just to like get him to stop asking.
Hey,
I
hey,
guess
that's
I'll
not
walk
the way.
over and grab the other.
The other club.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have stowed as many of the daggers as I can.
12 easily, but I'll say if you're doing if you ever have to make an acrobatics check, you don't have the bandolier to store them safely, so they might poke you
Gotcha.
in opportune moments.
Okay.
Okay, so you are between the kitchen and the cafeteria. You've done something. You want to look for anything else before you? I guess that's not even a question I should ask. What do you want to do in Mystery Death Dungeon?
Oh,
Live.
I'm going to go look around. Are there other bodies in this area that we're in?
So, you do have that other table that was collapsed in on by the rubble. It could have been moved by now, but there are a dozen other slavers / workers / jailers under that pile.
Okay, I'm gonna try and dig any of them out if I can to give them, a more like honorable, lay them out, make them presentable in death, and kind of go over like the jailers and slavers and see if they have anything more valuable than what we were able to carry on us, if they have weapons or anything.
Go and give me an investigation
Spoopy will
check.
assist.
You may make that check at advantage, or you both can roll individually.
Investigation.
Yep.
Spoop, I have a -2, so if you
I have
want
a
to roll.
+4. I'll do it twice. You
Yeah,
can help
you-
me.
Yes,
as
I'll
they're
help
doing
you.
as they're doing that, I'll see them. I said, might be able to check for keys. They might have some keys we may need.
Aye.
All right.
Got 20.
Oh, hey, look. Out of 20, Spoopy. So India, with her help, you managed to pull most of the rubble away. It's not too large. There is one boulder that you kind of have to put your shoulder in and push away, and there's the poor individual underneath of that one. The remains are definitely flattened and crushed, powdered. But you managed to get them out and you arrange them in a more respectful posture. Whatever it is that you find best, line them up in a more respectful end than under a pile of rubble. And as you begin to kind of search through them, you do find 2 skeleton keys, They are the same, each of them. You can call them Skeleton Key 1 and Skeleton Key 1 on the guards. They didn't carry any weapons on them. It was one of those prisoners should not have access to weapons through the guards. But you will find that they were wearing leather armor vests.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I'll happily, strip them of their armor, leave them with their undergarments and at least something to cover themselves with. But those vests, definitely.
Okay, that's
How
2
many of
leather
those can we
armor.
find? All right. I'll take one of those. And I'll obviously I'll offer Spoopy the other one since you and me were working together.
General question. How,
Yes.
like, were we just forced to
She
work
doesn't
under
like to wear armor. Sorry, please
under-
continue.
were we just forced under threat, or was it like, did they beat us into doing it? How bad were we treated? Like, do we hate the prison guards?
Okay. You were treated with enough respect that to minimize riots. You were fed well. You were given cramped but livable quarters with actual beds and sheets. The bucket was probably the most degrading thing about it. You were beat. You were definitely beat if you were out of line. You were sometimes beat just to be an example. If you stumbled or tripped or were working too slow. You were beat in such a way to increase productivity, but not beat in such a way to riot.
Okay.
It seems like they were really rehearsed and practiced in treating slaves at just the right level to keep you productive.
Okay. Is it possible to get into that second room?
No, you've been moving freely through it. It is the 2 rooms are just linked by a couple of hallways.
As I'm walking through those hallways, is there anything of note there?
Give me an perception check. Okay.
That's it.
With a 12, as you're going through, you notice that there was some iron piping that was eventually going to be meant to carry some water through, but might be utilized as an improvised whatever.
Okay.
Approximately 3-foot sections.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the piping. Do I know where the piping would lead? Like, if I know where the reservoir of water it comes from?
Sure. Well, it's coming from a ceiling above, down, and it was eventually going to work its way to the rest of this labyrinth. But it wasn't going anywhere right now because it's incomplete.
Because I was meaning more if I could trace the piping to a safe way to get back up.
Sure. And the piping moves through the stone in a, we'll call it 3-inch diameter hole that goes straight up.
That's much too small for any of us.
Darn. Then yeah, I'll take whatever piping I can get.
Okay.
And bring back to whoever I run into next.
Okay, you can add three-foot sections of pipe, iron pipe. Spoopy?
For clarification, Swoopy said no, I do not, or gestured no that they do not want the armor. They don't wear armor.
What you'll know about Spoopy, she doesn't talk a lot. She signs a lot of things. Some of you are. Who has a passive perception above 15?
I have 15.
15?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I have 15 as well.
Okay. Those with 15 picking up that she prefers to speak that way, but none of you are picking up the language aside from simple yeses and nos at the moment. It's not something that's particularly widespread or taught. But she can talk, and she often clarifies things. And over time, you can get your own gestures. That being said, gestures on camera may or may not be picked up by players, so maybe you should say the gesture.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
I had
Gesturing right
seen, but I hadn't gotten a chance to respond. That when I see that, I'll kind of like turn to everyone else and be like, I have some leather over here if anyone feels the need to protect themselves.
I wouldn't mind if no one else would like it.
I don't plan on being in the front very often right now, so
Yeah.
I mean, if no one else will, yeah, take it. Cover yourself.
Go for it.
All right.
This clothing is horrible. I'll rip off whatever I'm wearing and then just put on the armor, and that's it.
Okay, so yeah,
Clean up as much as I can.
2 of you now have leather armor. That's an 11 AC plus dexterity. A couple of you have
Which
some.
means I have a total of 10 AC.
You have a minus dexterity?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no! That's the only thing I never minus.
You should stand behind me.
Cool. A 10 at least means less than 50% chance to hit you. All right.
So, this thing that took Todd, like the hole, would it be possible to move those rocks?
You can definitely try, because the moment you don't see another exit, that seems like a fantastic idea.
I'm going to work on getting rid of these stupid rocks. If a tentacle comes and takes me, well, it's better than dying here,
Wait.
starving to death.
Why not we throw rock first? See if there's tentacles. Tentacle reaches out. We hit it with club.
Or it tried to
Other
get
rocks.
me, I hit with horn.
At your funeral.
If
You,
okay.
do you want to just sit here and die? Because I don't.
I would be fine.
I'm going to go start moving
But I would
rocks.
like to leave.
Okay, so moving rocks isn't an athletics check here. This one is going to end up being. Wait a minute, let me make sure I'm. It's going to be a wisdom check.
Okay.
I'll get no. An intelligence check, because as you
Okay.
move the rocks, you're gauging which rocks you can move to keep more from falling down, to keep the roof from coming down. So you're trying to pick the right ones and move them in such a way.
So I get a sense that he's proficient with this, or should I take a step back?
He starts moving him. Go ahead.
I am decent with intelligence.
I mean, we've all been digging tunnels for the last at least 1 year, so we're all relatively comfortable with how to not kill ourselves with rocks.
Tunnel digging proficiency.
I'm likely the biggest one here, being Minotaur, and I was likely used as a beast of burden, literally. So,
Okay.
do we see anything around that we might be able to shore up that area?
Give me a perception check.
I'll hand out the iron pipes I have. See if we can try and use those for leverage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's a 16 for me.
I see the 16. We're gonna give the perception check
Sorry,
moment.
sorry.
So no, you're great. You're great. All right. So Sadra, you look around and the pipes and the tables and the benches could go a long way to securing this precariously, but maybe enough to get you under. So if you want to get in there and help, I could take an intelligence check from you at advantage as kind of a 2 out of 3 success check on his 16.
Okay.
Well, do I recall? I know it's only been 500 years, but do I recall if there was like I'm forgetting the name of it, where they would take all of our
Oh, your gear?
Yeah.
You were in processed outside the first level of the dungeon, above ground, and at that point you had no gear. You were just a walking warforged, naked and unafraid. I would say your role, and you talked about this a minute. One of your questions for me offline was, how are you only level 1? The answer is you were the equivalent of a guard, an NPC guard. But you were mechanical and disposable and in mass number. So when they grabbed you, it was a light reprogramming and a stripping and a pushing down. But I asked you to keep your equipment on hand because there's opportunities to find stores of things that would be equivalent to your equipment. All right, so with those intelligence checks, with the with Quaz, with your initial check, you start moving, and you're moving them pretty well. You're moving stones out of the way, and you're keeping things from falling. And at just the moments when you think things are getting sketch, Cedra. Actually, I mean, I gotta start using these names.
Galchober.
Okay, is that wait?
I'm Galchober.
You're Galchober.
Norik.
And Norik. All right, Norik comes over and puts a bench up against the rocks. Both the planks pushing up with force and the legs of the bench being kind of a wide platform. And between the two of you, with these benches, the tables, and the metal rods, you find and you're able to create a 2-foot by 2-foot opening in the rocks. And you, Minotaur, yeah, you could squeeze in.
It's gonna be rough, but
it's gonna be you might not be the you realize you might not want to be the first person through.
As soon as it's finished, first I'm going to like nod to Norik, thanking him. I'm like, all right, which one of you wants to go through first? It's not me. And again, just tap the horns.
Since I'm there and I see that it's big enough, I'm going to crawl through.
Okay. You make it through as you crawl through this 2-foot by 2-foot opening. You pull yourself through smoothly, especially your feline form, almost liquid. You're very used to squeezing into tight spots, and you get to the other side. The hallway, the long hallway, turns sharply to the right almost immediately as you exit the other side, and you see just the foot of Todd.
Right, so that hasn't moved.
It has not moved.
Okay.
The hallway before you extends out another 35 feet and takes another bend to the left.
Do I hear anything going on right now? Screams for help, anything?
Deathly silent.
I will follow after.
Okay. You make it through easily enough. You see the same side as you get to the other side, a long hallway, and the foot of Todd.
I'll go next.
Okay. You make it through easily enough. The structure seeming to hold thanks to the table and the careful pulling of rocks.
I'll follow through next.
Okay. You as well. No issues at all.
I mean, I'm just going to go last, so.
I'm fine to go. I do have the reverse porcupine situation happening, though, in case you wanted to.
I was going to ask you to give me a dexterity check, please. As you move
dexterity or acrobatics?
I'll let you do acrobatics.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by reverse porcupine. I'm very.
I'm wearing a bunch of knives. I've shoved a bunch of knives basically into my body in various places.
Okay. Not a hard check. You're able to make it through. You get stuck for a moment as you find yourself wedged in a bit. You muted yourself.
I'm wedged in a bit. Okay. Wow.
You need the push over there?
That would be... yes, I suppose.
Okay, I'm going to like try and carefully bull charge my way through.
Okay.
Essentially, I want to put my horns and like use them to push him through the hole.
I hear what you're saying. I would like you to give me an athletics check, please.
Ow.
This feels like a reverse.
Up anybody?
It feels like a reverse. What's it when you run and you jump over the
leapfrog?
Okay. All right. Okay. Here's how this will work. Please. What's the damage on your horns?
Nothing. They don't hurt, friends.
Oh no.
No, it's a D6 plus my strength.
Go ahead and roll that, please.
Though
Oh.
Sorry, bro. It was an idea. Let me.
You
Max
did say
damage.
you want to do it non-lethally, correct?
I did say non-lethally.
All right. So he takes a running start and he says, I've got this. I can do this. And he starts running at you in the hole. Your head, as you kind of backed in, I imagined, backed into this thing. He starts charging at you and he gets down low.
Oh, I can see him coming.
Yes. As he puts his horns in first and he dives in. As he dives
Coming through.
Do we see his legs on the other side kicking a little bit?
They do start to get a bit frantic, and you look at a moment wondering what's happening when suddenly both him and the Minotaur fly through to the other side. Let me get my names again.
Balthazar, Uriah, Kushkane, and Noctamar.
God, you guys suck.
Just call him Bucket.
Bucket is slammed against the wall, taking 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the Minotaur, full momentum, pushes through the rocks falling and slamming behind him, pins him to the other side, horns scraping off of the stone and sending your head up, keeping you from fully crushing your poor Warforged friend.
Well, guess we're never going back there.
Did Todd get, or did Howard get through? Did we let him go through? Because I would have let him go through.
Sure, Howard made it through.
Like, I made it clear I was going to be the last one.
That's fair. Yeah, Howard would have went before the Warforged.
I no longer wish to take point.
Oh, can I pick up Bucket and be very sad about it?
I have no idea how much I would weigh, for one thing. I'm made of mostly metal.
I'm a big boy.
Well, I would say...
light metal, I'm very dexterous. But
sure. Is there a weight for the Warforged in the stat block?
Let me take a look real quick.
Yeah, purple. When I move across, when I take leave, I tend to let it grow a little bit, but don't tell anybody because I'm not supposed to. Thank you guys, by the way, for hanging out. Thank you in the chat for chatting.
I am 6'6" and 300 pounds.
Okay, there you go. He's heavy, and your bull force and that charge definitely made it possible to move those 300 pounds. But both of you, he felt it on the other end.
Because I'm sorry, metal friend. I did not mean it.
You muted again.
Dang it. If I go over to the other screen, it mutes it even if I press the button. I'm just sitting there like trying to pop a dent out of my face. Just not saying a word to him, but he can't see an expression on my face. So
I look to the rest and just like, I may have broken him.
Oh, does he need some assistance?
Likely. I am not the, delicate.
I see.
I am a very large lad.
So I will walk over and cure wounds.
Okay.
Thank you.
1d8 plus a number.
1d8 plus 3. I clicked it.
I'm sure it'll pop up, or click it again. We'll figure it out.
Make sure you hit refresh on both screens, the Roll20 and D&D Beyond, otherwise it won't work.
If one of the emblems is white, has a white border, you need to refresh that one.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
You can also just manually roll if you need.
So, you stand on the other side as... One second. I'm trying to avoid having to constantly shuffle videos around, but because of that, I never put your names under your character, and that's horrible. But Norik, walking up to Balthazar, walking up to Bucket, releases a little bit of radiant energy that fills you. 4 points of healing as your dents pop out, and against your better understanding of how repairs work, the magical energy courses through you and kind of fixes most of the critical damage, and you feel a little better, and a little bit of your, sentience kicks in.
Thank
You-
you. That
York.
seems to have righted some anatomical wrongs.
I'm glad, and noticing how he's constructed, I'm just curious. So I'm going to be eyeing him and going around to each of his sides and curious, very very curious.
Sorry, I don't think my upgrades are compatible with yours.
Upgrades.
You call those upgrades if you dent that easily?
You hit me pretty hard, and I wasn't able to react.
I'm sorry.
I saw a
Spoopy is
reaction.
going to look at what's going around while they're having their conversation. Just generally seeing what's around, where we can go from here.
Same.
All right. So what you have in front of you, and we're classic dungeon crawl. I'm going to describe it. I leave it up to you to figure this out. But you stand in a corner of a bend. You came through heading south. You turn to the right, and there's a hallway approximately 30 feet long in front of you. It turns sharp 90 degrees to the left and goes down and extends another hallway. If you peek around that hallway, it comes again 30 feet later to a sharp bend to the left, and there's a door in front of you. You know this was the pathway that they were eventually going to craft into that big trap room we talked about. There's a long, elongated rectangular room on the other side of this door. You're very familiar, at least before the pulling, the bleeping. Is there... Am I drawing? Did somebody draw a bunch of squares?
I'm drawing a map as you're describing it. So we go south, we take a right, so that's a left.
It's like, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to correct it. We're fine.
I don't.
Everybody does need name tags. Here, you know what? Fine. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a minute right now to add name tags. We're going to call this folder Deputy 2. And damn on me when you guys don't kill your cameras because you'll shuffle.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'll kill mine. It's okay.
I may have to do it just because he said no.
Oh god.
So tempting.
I know, right?
Always looking to cause chaos.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I know when we take our break, I'm going to try booting up my other laptop and see if that one will work.
You're last already, so it won't mess things up too bad.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to call something top row and bottom row. All right. So top row. First, oh god, that's huge. What's going on here? All right, top row. Starting from the top left, India. What's your character's name?
Salia. Tsalia.
Okay. And then we're gonna have Amanda. What's your character's name?
Katya.
Yeah, right, Katya. And then, oh gosh, I'm putting like why is there a big white line?
I don't know. I'm whited out.
How big is this text gotta be? All right.
Oh, dear.
Sadra, what's your character's name?
Nordic.
Norrick, that's right. All right, so I'm going to try to get these lined up. They're apparently massive. I don't know what's happening with that text. We're gonna get there, y'all. Because you know what? John's right, or whoever said that is right. We're going to add some quality to the stream, and I can't keep asking what your character names are, so we're going to take this. You'll get this moment back. Don't worry, I'm not going to rob you of your D&D. God, this is so big. She said never.
I'm sorry.
Alright, so we got some good... I didn't say anything inappropriate. Don't you dare.
Don't worry, all comments are retractable.
Yes, our names are inappropriate.
I'm adding way too many spaces. It's just going. I'm not touching the keyboard anymore, but you just see it, I'm sure, on screen going, we're going to keep infinity. Why is it? And it's even...
my names.
Yes.
Almost there. Look at that. Look at that. So close. I don't even know how quality these are because they look
They're very blurry.
Are they? Okay, it's not just me.
Yeah. No, they
Yeah,
are
no, it is.
the most blurry thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
If I didn't know
That's
better,
better.
I would say you don't know what a JPEG is.
I'm pretty good at the JPEG, right?
If I didn't know better, I would assume that I was not wearing my glasses.
We're gonna go ahead and delete the original bottom row because apparently, yeah, I mean that's better there. Let's rename this to bottom row.
Yeah, they are the Bigfoot of letters. Ah, yes.
Quality.
I am Salia as well. I'm Salia if she was actually a Minotaur.
So what is the Minotaur's name again?
Geldschober.
Oh my god,
Good luck.
you hate me.
GALCHOBH.
Oh wait, you got to start over. Go ahead again.
I mean,
GALCHO
CHO
BHAR.
BHAR. All right. Spoopy is spoopy
thanks for
this
spelling
time.
for me.
And
My name is easy.
It is. I'm used to saying spoopy. I don't even have to think about that one. To be fair, when I play the main Delvers, I read their names off this list constantly. I'm much better at it now. Bucket.
Bucket.
Should I write Balthazar? Because she's been calling you Bucket.
If you look at every letter of his name, the first letter of each of his names.
Does he have
It's Bucket.
6 names? Oh, jeez. All right, you're Bucket. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Uncommon. We're going to take a short break. We're going to bathroom break. We'll be right back. We're going to play the outro that Desmodian made us again, and I'll see you. Short break? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We'll be right back.
They get hearing.
Real boy.
Right?
Bad daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does it keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad daddy. Not your son. Bad daddy. Real boy.
Real boy.
Bad daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the dick. Why does it keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad daddy. Not your son.
This is it's like a how long is this thing? I think this is a full. Okay, it's 26 seconds long, and I love it. That's the closest I'm gonna get to my own animated intro. Thanks,
For
Des.
now.
Let's say for now.
For now, we've
Animated bad daddy.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I don't know if the internet is ready for that.
I'm
I
ready
just-
for
I'm
it.
ready for that.
I want it.
I need it.
I crave it.
We were talking about it earlier, like, hey, it's a couple $100 for character art. What's it going to cost for a fully animated introduction?
You just need to get super
frame.
fans who are talented.
Super
That's all you need.
I do have some talented super fans. Thank you, Bucket.
You do. I
Get
wasn't
some.
implying that you didn't.
No, I think you were saying that
just-
that Spoopy is particularly untalented. I think that's exactly the words.
Oh wow.
You can tell by the backgrounds of their camera. They're next to each other. It's so exciting. I can tease.
It's great.
You
So-
guys are awesome.
If you have the stream pulled up, he's right there on the stream,
Yeah.
and he's literally right there. Like
Oh, wait, don't. One second.
But you gotta reach over
My
and show
face
us.
just got dented.
I have to, I need to flip him so that you can actually reach over. 1 second.
Reach over
Transform.
properly.
Oh, so that our cameras are.
All right, now reach over. There it is. She's got it.
I love it.
this is all for your benefit, Twitch
Alright.
viewers.
All right. So we've taken an uncomfortable step into putting names on the screen. Not the darkness that you entered. That's fine. I know exactly what's on the other side. So anyway, you're in a hallway that bends and curves around, and you stand at the locked door of what was a series of trap rooms that they were not quite set yet, but they were being prepared before the tremors. And you stand before it's not locked. It's there. What do you do?
Go to the end of the hallway. Or actually, I want to. You said Todd's foot is here, right?
It is, yeah. There's even that little comical bone that sticks out the other end with the two nubs. Even though that's not how bones are shaped.
You think if I threw it, it might attract that tentacle? Maybe it's just hungry for Todd. Maybe it just likes orcs. Sorry, Howard.
I mean, I'm game for stills.
I say throw legs, see what happens.
I throw the leg.
I have a question for the DM.
I have answers, probably.
We've been traveling through this hallway back and forth. Do we know of any traps that have already been implemented? Is this one that we haven't traveled?
No traps in this hallway that you're... Yeah, no traps in this hallway that you're aware of.
Other than the potential tentacle monster.
Right. Who knows where he's at?
So yeah, I'll chuck the Todd's foot far away from me.
Okay. Where are you throwing it at?
I mean, do I have? Is there anything I could throw it at, like the end of a hallway or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, well, you have a couple, and Spoopy's actually drawn a pretty good map of the dungeon. The arrow being where you came out of the, the rubble, and there's just a bunch of corners. You've not entered the room yet. There's a
Then
door
yeah.
between you.
Oh, then I want to wait until we enter the room and then throw it.
Okay, can I get a marching order, and I'm gonna move the tokens that I have for you on the other map, so I keep track. Who's in front?
Give me 1 second. I'm switching to video.
Awesome.
Oh boy. Kenobi face reveal.
You know what? I'll be in front.
So first,
Okay.
I gotta leave this call. So
Yep.
sorry.
Yep, it'll screw up things. It'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm honestly okay in front or back anywhere, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Well, you tell me where you end up.
I'll go behind Amanda.
Okay.
I'm observant. I like to watch people, so I'll be in the back.
Okay, got you in the back.
I'll be near the front since I'm probably the highest AC at the moment.
You want number 3 slot or number 1 slot?
I want to be number 1.
All right, you're in front.
I'll have both hands on my club.
Okay.
Just ready.
I'll take whatever's left.
Okay. And Minotaur, I'll assume there. All right, cool. So I've got an order of Spoopy, Katya, Norik, Thessalia, Gal Cho Bar, which I will get better at, and Bucket. Okay. So who opens the door? So assuming Spoopy then opens the door. Okay. I love the question mark. This is good. As you open the door, the fluorescent mushrooms continue to light everything in a soft, glowing blue and white light. The room itself, approximately 50 feet in length. It's got grooves and trenches that are being dug out, and slits in the wall, and places where arrows and pressure plates are the process of being installed. You see a series of long, elongated pressure plates off to the side, stacked in a corner, some springs. As you scan left to right, in the far corner is a dark-skinned gray dwarf with pearlescent hair, a white gleaming hair, and he's sitting huddled, kind of in the seated fetal position, and he's rocking back and forth a bit. He's got a shield off to the side, a warhammer off to the other side. He's wearing chain and nice leathered chain armor. And he's rocking back and forth, and he sees you, and he tenses up a bit, and he looks in your direction, and he says, "No, not now, never." And hello,
Yes,
welcome,
no.
welcome, Gal Chabar. He's very
Oh,
much.
hi.
I figured things out.
Excellent.
The door opened, and a Dwargar was on the far corner.
Yeah, I listened to the stream while I was temporarily out of it.
Bless you.
Yes, now.
So you said, just to make sure that I got this right, you said on the far corner. Are we talking left, right? Doesn't matter.
Far south right corner, southeast corner, according to your drawing. There is also, just so you know, the exits, the door on the northeast corner of the room, but nothing else.
And it's just the one dude.
Just a one Dwargar huddled in the corner and shouting, "No, never, not now."
Does he look like another slave, or does he look like a guard?
He looks like neither. He's foreign. You've never seen a Dwargar down here. What's this nonsense? That's a gray dwarf. I've never seen one of those. And thank you. We got a Piles Points. Ballad has thrown down a critical hit for It's a Critical JoJo reference. Just spent it for nothing. Thanks, Ballad. But yes, he does not look. He looks foreign to this environment. You've never seen anything this well armored and armed down here.
I will step onto the opposite side of I will just keep my distance as far to the opposite side of the room as he's on, while kind of like fiddling with one of these makeshift throwing daggers that I've got.
Okay.
Do I still have Todd's foot?
You do.
Can I throw it at him?
You're throwing it at him? Okay. Give me
NPC.
Give me an attack roll using dexterity.
Hit him.
You are, by the way, you're breaking up a lot more than you were in your other computer. I don't know if that's a other computer thing or not. Yeah, it's really choppy.
Neat. I'll roll and then I'll switch back without camera. You
Okay.
got to see me. I'll get things working properly next time.
Fucking hot. Welcome.
So-
You only get a piece of it now, but tune in next time for the full Quaz experience.
Do I?
Everybody take a look real quick at the artwork. We got a chair in the background, like a candelabra. How many people own a candelabra? I think he does. It looks like a banana that's either rotten or a dagger. I think he's got a dagger back there.
It could be a drinking
I've
horn.
got banana.
No. That's my grandfather's sword. He made it for me.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I just need to roll a flat d20 because I don't have any modifiers.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
With that, 19. You throw the foot at him in the corner, and he scurries away, feet kicking towards the northern door, saying, "No, I can't take it anymore. No, don't do it. The darkness is having me." And he's very panicked. We'll fix
What
the video in a
language is he
second.
speaking?
Common. Wait, yeah, common's fine. I've been shouting. You've understood it. If I wanted to be say like undercommon all of a sudden, I've lost my chance.
Okay.
Friend.
So, what are y'all doing?
I guess I'll approach the dwarf. Let's see what happens.
Okay, how are you approaching him?
Hesitantly.
Okay.
You know, like how Rapunzel approaches Finn with like the frying pan, like ready to hit if needed.
I was so confused for a second when you said Finn.
Once Quaz comes back, we'll reshuffle the cameras properly.
Blend.
But for
Not
now,
blend,
let's actually
blend.
see us because you've all been shuffled except for there we go.
Oh, Spoopy is now.
Boy is returning.
We're good.
I'm
Spoopy's a
sorry.
Minotaur now.
Sorry, Quaz. It was a beautiful shot, but your other laptop for some reason was.
Oh, it's a piece of shit.
Oh.
That's why I replaced it.
Oh, well, fair.
Makes
I
sense.
just didn't know this one didn't have a web camera.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I didn't know mine didn't have a web camera, so I picked one up.
I'm sorry for fucking everything up again.
Hey, Sadra, we got a web camera. That's awesome.
Next game, I promise.
So I'm also going to approach him, but I'm going to approach him like hand out like friend.
Okay. You
I
may
will-
roll a charisma check. Give me a flat charisma check.
Okay.
Can I like help him with that? Because I want to also be like, hey, I'd rather make a friend of him than an enemy.
You can both roll individually.
Okay, fair enough. So just flat charisma.
Yep.
And I rolled twice.
Okay. So 10 and 12, you're getting
Yeah.
you're not coming across inconsiderate, or you're not stumbling or you're doing some kind of social faux pas, but he seems to be frightened of something and incredibly hesitant to deal with you. He actually scurries back over on his hands and knees, and he grabs the warhammer in both hands and holds it tight defensively, backing as far back into the corner as he could possibly go. You think if he was liquid, he would start to seep through the cracks. He's pushing himself
Oi.
so tight against it.
Oi,
Ow.
laddie.
I hold up both my hands, saying that I don't have any weapons.
Laddie, the fuck is going on?
The darkness has limbs. It's taking them. It's taking us. I'm not going down.
I don't want to go down either.
Have you seen this thing before?
Out of character, you said it garbled on my end. What did you say? What did he say?
He said the tentacles, the darkness has limbs. I'm not going down. What did you guys ask?
I asked if he had seen it before.
Never before now. Before it took them.
Oi, what darkness?
He starts looking up and around and in the corner.
Are we safer in a group?
Safety in the groups. I was in a group. We had a group. It was a big group. I'm all that's left. Nothing left. Nothing left. Darkness. It touches. It reaches. It grabs. It pulls. It kills. There's nothing left but me.
Get a hold of yourself.
He's hyperventilating now, recalling the story. Seems to be going through, reliving the trauma again.
Look, you're sitting duck here.
I miss eating duck.
You're
Oi.
sitting duck.
Where you come from?
Come from home, raid fissures, bring. I just need to get back to the fissure.
Can you lead us to Fisher?
I'd lead nowhere. You go through the hallways first. I'll follow that way. And he points to the north.
That is fair.
Come with.
Spoopy.
Are you suggesting some stealth, sir?
I'm suggesting I'm not the tentacle bait. You are. Not me. Not
Spoopy
now.
will go be tentacle bait and start stealthing their way up the hallway.
That's a clip.
Oi,
if I remember.
Howard, you're tentacle bait
follow.
too.
Don't. I'll follow Spoopy.
Okay.
I'm staying with the Durgar. Like, I don't want him out of my eyesight.
Okay. Let me go ahead and update my own personal marching order. Excuse me, burping. Where is my Durgar token?
How
Did I
dare
not pull
you.
a Durgar token? No way. Sorry, Matt. You can be that token. I'm going to assume similar marching order, but the Durgar is near the rear.
Yeah. If I can, I want to be behind him. But if not, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you're making an effort to be close to him. He's going to stay by your side best he can. You see him after a moment, after you get close and he lets you close
High
the distance.
five.
He kind of nestles into you close and kind of gets under your arm and is trying to be. If it was possible to be inside of you, he would be like controlling you like a mech suit.
Okay, that's a good way of saying inside of me.
I had to finish that sentence.
Yeah. Oi, laddie, at least tell me your name before you try and get in me.
Get me out of here alive, and we'll talk names.
You protect me with your fancy hammer, yes? Or give me hammer and I hit for you.
He looks at that. Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, flat roll. 15?
He looks at his hammer and he looks at you. Kind of pokes at your bicep a bit, and then he hands you the hammer. You now have a warhammer.
Ah, cool.
He holds the shield that much more zealously, though.
You got any other fancy things? You know the magics?
He growls at you and says, "No magic, just hammer, shield now."
Hammer time. Respect. Okay, let's go.
He says, he just points to the north door. You get in this room, long square door to the far north. Spoopy, you're the first one to it, leading the way. Nothing untoward here. This is going to be a double doorway through a hallway. Eventually, it'll be locked and trapped, but it hasn't been set yet.
I go through the hallway.
Okay. The door opens to a short 10-foot hallway, leads to another door.
I go through the door.
Okay. The door opens and you find yourself in a stubby room. It's 15 foot deep, 25 foot wide. Another door as a U-turn on the same southern wall, just to the right. But this room, splattered with Dwargar. 3 Dwargar corpses litter this room in varying states of repair. Limbs missing, heads missing, legs missing. Blood splattered against the walls. The walls themselves bleeding almost downward. As if...
If he's underneath my arm, I just want to raise my hand to, like, cover his eyes from it.
Okay, give me a... I'm going to call this a handle animal check. With his state of being...
Yeah, he's regressed to animal instincts for sure.
Ah, yes, the feral Duragar.
You get your hand over, but like you don't cover the eye. He sees it and he starts to lurch behind you. And he's having trouble keeping it down. And you hear him say, Vanessa! Under his, in between vomits. Seems like somebody cared about what's among the Dorgar.
Laddie, we're gonna need those supplies. Give us your blessing, or we do it anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask a favor of you at this moment.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to need, and I'm gonna have to pull you over because that's all I can do. But I'm gonna need each of you to roll me an initiative.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I was about to
I can-
start callously looting the room. but-
Yeah,
I
Same here.
cannot select my token.
I
Pull
have
up,
let me pull you over, and I will try to fix token issues.
oh yeah, I can't select either, but
I probably did that. That's probably all on me.
you fool.
You fool. Crap! I'm gonna have to actually assign you to. Everybody, go if there's if you don't have a character on the character sheet yet, can you go ahead and make that your character? Make your character. I have a Bruno tag, and that's easy. In fact, I'm just gonna give all these control on Bruno tag. Wait, it won't let me
I
do multiple
created my own
Brunos.
token.
Oh no.
I
What?
created my own token there at the bottom, so I can move my token now.
Oh, did you? Oh, perfect. Cool, I'm gonna delete this one. You have your own token? Perfect. Oh, I deleted your token somehow. There we go.
Okay, wait. I mean, this ain't my token, but hey, if it works.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to give you guys something to move.
Yeah.
I need initiatives more than I need anything else, and that's the... I don't actually need this grid.
No, Kyle,
I-
why?
I am sitting behind. I don't know how to.
Kyle! No!
What is
Kyle.
done?
He is
Kyle!
Oh,
cause
no!
trouble.
You've
Okay.
lost your girlfriend privileges.
Okay.
Already?
Kyle, that is 40,000 pile points. This has happened 3 times. 3 times in the campaign. So, Kyle,
Kyle,
love
I know
you.
where you live.
Give me a moment to roll these initiatives and sort it out, and then I'll let you know exactly what's happening. Because that's only fair.
I'm gonna re-roll because it didn't select my token, but I already rolled, so I'm gonna use my first number if you're cool with that.
I
Yeah,
still
no
can't.
problem.
Stacy, which
Yeah.
one of these is mine so that I can drag a
So
token out here?
either Fear or Kagif are all controlled by... Those are blank character sheets.
Okay, dokie.
Oh, okay.
Why, Kyle?
So I have
What
Katya.
did I do?
Katya's fine. I have Spoopy's there, Bruno's there.
Okay. I will re-roll my initiative then.
All I gotta get
Give
is these.
me a second here.
I
Damn
rolled
it!
mine, but I don't have.
Look at the
there we
difference
go.
between my initiatives.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I am mad.
Oh.
I am an anger.
Well, you had your new one was better. Is that what you're saying? Because your old one is what
Yes.
counts.
Yes, my
Okay.
new one is a 20.
That's fair.
My original one was 22.
My new one is freaking 7.
Okay, so this is the new Talia. All right, so we just need one more for Sadra. I can give you. I can call it or Kogif, and it'll be done.
That's a beautiful initiative there.
Didn't select.
Yes, I did fantastically.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
What? Do you have a name up there? Am I missing it?
Did it roll? It rolled.
Okay. Yeah, you're or Kogif. Got it.
But what happened to my token?
Oh.
It's gone. I put a token out here that I could select, and I selected it, and it's not here anymore.
Did I pull the wrong one away?
I think you may have,
That's
yeah.
right. I'll fix it right now with this one. There you go. Now you can select that one.
I fixed
Okay,
my
cool.
token thing and
Okay.
added my previous initiative. Since that was
My,
what I actually
my
rolled.
initiative was 0. Should I roll it again just so there's something up there?
Yeah, and then you can change. Then we can change it.
Okie dokie.
Kyle, why did you purposely wait for
Yeah.
This is brilliant. I love it. Thanks, Kyle.
this? Look, can I claim the
worst.
the critical that Ballad gave just because he gave it because of my JoJo reference?
you can't posthumously bring it out. That's not fair.
Duh.
All right, so that's your dwarven friend, even though it's a drow. All right, so real quick, Kyle, we're gonna have a conversation. These are level 1 characters. Level 1 is not a game about RPG fantasy heroes. It's a survival horror. Every single level 1, and I specifically put them into a horror scenario. So what I'm going to say then is the original encounter looked like this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's doable.
Because of you, it looks like this.
You bet.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
oh,
Fantastic. That's like double.
You know,
yeah.
Kyle, I'm just going to remind you, I DM your Star Wars game, and yeah, I remember.
As you take a moment to look around the room, any initiatives I need to fix before I finish this description?
Yeah,
yeah,
mine was
I'm a
22.
0.
So Nork was 22. And then Tasalia was 0.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and sort those by descending. As you stand in this room and you begin to look at the gore, and in fact, let's draw the full room so we have the full weight of this area. I'm going to do this. You came in this door, and this is the exit. And your tokens, more or less here. And the Dwargar was there. All right, that's close enough. And this is, just move this over a little and down. All right, so you stand here. Go ahead.
Does the dwarf get initiative?
He does. Thank you. I always forget the NPCs. And it's going to say draw mage.
So like
Yeah.
half our
Not a
party
draw
is
mage.
naked. We have -1 weapons.
There is
I have a regular weapon.
I have a warhammer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I got a pair of fists.
I mean, I guess
Been
I
damaged.
guess I don't need to remind you. And you're right. You know what? You're right. Let's give Howard.
Yeah, where's
Good, because
Howard?
he
Where's
was the only
Howard?
other not -1 weapon that we had. So
Yeah.
it'd suck if he wasn't here.
It would. It would horribly suck if he wasn't here. Let's bring Howard in. You're right.
I hope
He's
Howard's like a
selfish
barbarian.
bitch.
There you go. He's an orc
He's a
on the
level
character
12.
sheet.
He's
Sorcerer.
actually level 20.
There you go.
By the way, is there a way to put the -1 modifier in D&D Beyond? I've never played from
Customize
D&D
the weapon, and then you can change the bonus to hit and the bonus for damage.
How do I customize it?
Or you can just -1 off of what you roll.
Yeah.
So I will
mean-
preface. Go ahead.
Oh, I figured it out.
Seeing the other half of Scorpion Tinker's reply, I say that normally 40,000 has a huge story implication. This is not a huge story implication, but it's a TPK potential. I say that to my players with fucking think through this. I hope you
Yep.
don't get criticaled. All right. You step into the room, it's dark, you're trying to hold the eyes of the dwarf away, everybody's kind of funneling in, and I'm even going to move good old boy Orc through the doorway. He's the last one in. He's a little bit intrepid. He's got his club. You all step in and you look at the blood, and you follow the trail of the blood up. It seems to actually be bleeding from the wall down. As you look up, you see writhing tentacles all over the darkness, all over the walls. His arms and limbs and tentacles themselves begin to lurch and reach out to grab each of you. We rolled initiative. The first one in the order Norik.
So I got that one closest. I think I'm gonna do some Thorn Whip.
Okay. Go ahead and hit the Thorn Whip so I can reread it. But yeah, 20 to... Okay, so it is to hit and it is a piercing. Okay.
Oh, someone awarded a critical.
You're welcome.
Hey, Norik gets a critical hit on that. You can roll the damage dice one more time for me, please.
Damage.
So it's a D6, another D6.
Okay.
I know you guys have these points saved up. That's why we have them.
To save us from...
Oh.
From Kyle.
I will limit you to. By the way, I'm going to limit you to no abyss and no cause trouble in your own games. But add criticals and inspiration all you want. So I'm going to assume the closest one to you, Cedric.
That one there.
Okay, got it. You reach out with your hands, casting or throwing the incantations of verbal spell components as a vine reaches up to the ceiling, wraps around this creature, this tentacled, almost squid on the ceiling, and you rip through the thorns, gathering around and ripping through the creature. Blood, black, inky blood splattering on the ground. 4 points of damage. You look like you got a solid hit, but it doesn't. It looks okay. Anything else you want to do? That's your action. None of these things are in reach of you, so there's no immediate danger of attack of opportunity.
I will sit here. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Now it is Howard's turn as he looks around and goes,
Oh, geez, this doesn't look so hot.
I'll take a look at his abilities. I don't think he hits anything super ranged. Oh, yeah, he's a javelin. He does not have a javelin. He only has a club because he's naked like the rest of you.
Throw a pickaxe. It can work like a hand axe.
He says,
I think the best strategy, as a man of strategy, is to back the fuck out.
and he steps back into the previous room, which I will give a little bit of an art to. There you go.
Well, thanks, Howard. Thanks for taking one of our only good weapons and then leaving.
Yep. I trusted you, Howard.
Maybe trust me when tentacles aren't trying to beat face.
I'm going to feed you to them like they took Todd.
I think he's got a valid point. I mean, if we funneled them to the doorway.
That's a valid strategy, but he's being a coward about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of your 6-second conversation. Next up is Katya.
Okay, how close is this one to me right now? Is it still on the ceiling or did it get pulled down?
It is on the ceiling, so it's 10 feet above you.
Okay, because I thought Thorn Whip also pulled them down or pulled things closer.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a con save, I believe.
Yeah. Or is it a con save or is it just an auto?
Excuse me,
thing?
strength save, I think.
Let me pull this thing up.
I just posted it.
If the creature is large or smaller, it just pulls you 10 feet closer.
I was wrong.
Okay, so yeah, the creature as you pull it. So we've never even used it like that. Fuck us, right? You hit it and you yank it down. It actually splats on the floor next to where it's at now. It's now on the floor.
Yep, I'm gonna bash it with a club.
Make your attack.
No, I'm not.
You go to slam, and as it hits the ground, it shimmies out of the way. And even if it hadn't, you swing wide and smash the ground next to it.
Fucker.
Yes, by the way, yes. Doubling the enemies in a level 1 encounter is fuck you kind of move. So points well spent, Kyle. Honestly, come on.
Does this mean if we survive, we get 2 levels?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Come
Please?
on now. We are not experience based.
I don't know. I'd say that's a pretty big milestone.
Double the encounter.
I've got 21 levels of a mega dungeon, ladies and gentlemen. I can't be giving away levels.
Not
Oh,
gonna lie, I'm super excited about this.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make a mobile forge.
That's my move.
All right.
missed.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. Sorry, I got away chatting. My bad.
Okay.
Next up, not Bruno, because I marked you as Bruno, but Bucket. What would you like to do?
Dang it! If I switch over screens, it doesn't unmute. So first off, Bucket is going to move over 10 feet, throw a dagger at. And then I will go back out in the hallway. So that's
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack with your shitty dagger. Hey!
25 to hit.
Wow. Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking the math is wrong, it's because I have my fighting style.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about the damage. Is the damage
6.
the damage is +3? Does that mean you normally would have a +4?
Correct.
Okay, I believe you. 6 points on which one again? Sorry, there's so many.
No, you're fine. This one,
Thank you.
the
All right.
bottom one on the right.
It takes 6 points. You step in. You take this steak knife, this dull steak knife. You pull it around your fingers. You hold your hand up and you throw it forward. As it spins in the air, it strikes the middle of this dark mantle at the top of the ceiling. Its tentacles writhe around backwards. Blood splatters on this, and a significant wound as the knife actually travels through it and lands on the other side on the ground. And hi, Jamie. Everybody seems to be saying hi, Jamie. So hi. And you did move back through the
Jamie, I
hallway.
can't see chat. I'm sorry. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to move these two things to the map layer. Okay. Now it is a Dark Mantle's turn. One of the Dark Mantles on the ceiling. Let me just take a... He begins to scurry forward on the ceiling. 5, 10, 15, 20... we're going to move them diagonal so I don't have to keep track of items on the top. And then it drops down on top of Kia. In fact, we're gonna let it cover the token. It drops down from the
How'd
ceiling.
Kia get here?
Oh shit! You're right. Force of habit. Drops down on Kaya. 22 to hit.
Oh.
6 points of bludgeoning damage as it wraps around your face and begins to crush you with its tentacle mass.
Fucking rude.
Yep, 6 points of bludgeoning. You're not grappled, but it is on your face.
That is half of my health, Kyle.
Oh god, I keep forgetting how fucking low your health is going to be.
We are squish.
Oh man, what did I do? The other Dark Matter,
Wow.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, will do the same thing, dropping down from the ceiling on top of Sadra. It will land for 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it constricts around your head. The Drugar rushes forward, brings a hammer up. And
No, he
attempts-
doesn't have a hammer. I
took
have
the
the
hammer.
hammer.
He has fists.
punches at the Dark Mantle. Oh no! A natural 1! Oh!
You're gonna die for us.
Oh my gosh! And then he takes a few steps forward, leaps up, jumping, trying to hit the top of Sadra's head, whiffs wildly, spins around, collapses on the ground, and then scurries away as fast as possible, taking an opportunity attack from the Dark Mantle. An 11 will miss him, hitting the back of his armor as he stumbles, falls over, and does that like rolling tumble away, and he'll land right there. Galchabar.
Okay, so I'm gonna move right here, and I'm going to take a swing with my new hammer.
Please do.
Da-da-da-ba.
But they... 1 second. Let me double check. 15 hits. 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you bring this warhammer, which you have convinced the dwarf to get rid of, swings across and smacks the top of this dark metal, just avoiding the head of Norik. As you bring it around, it rings the dome as the creature slops off to the side from the impact.
Before it does that, I want to activate my Hammering Horns ability.
Okay.
How can I make this pop up in Beyond? Or
Hammering Horns.
as part of immediately after I hit a creature with a melee attack, as part of my attack action, I can use my bonus action to try and shove it with my horns.
Please do. Just make your attack.
Okay, it has to. Well, I already attacked it.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
I need a strength saving throw, DC 12.
It succeeds with a natural 20.
Well,
I'm
fuck.
so sorry.
I'm so glad that wasn't on an attack, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we got rid of it. Dark Mantle natural 20, right? So I assume nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens.
All right. Yeah, it slops off to the side of Sadra, landing off over there. Anything else with your turn?
Now that it's moved over there, I'm going to also back up into the hallway.
Okay. All right, so you back up into the other room. I guess there was a hallway there, and I fucked it up, but fuck it, it's a room.
It's a room.
It's a room.
Oh, if it's a room, then I'll move a little bit more.
Perfect. That's my description, but we'll go with the battle map as it stands. Spoopy, you have seen 6 sets of tentacles slithering in the top, glowing in the blue fluorescent light. Everescence is a band. Fluorescent is a kind of light. One of them seems to be heavily bruised and battered, but the rest of them are very anxious and hungry and don't seem afraid at all. Piranhas in the river. What do you do?
Has the one that's on top of Katya's head been hurt yet?
No.
Mm-mm.
Wait, yes. It was the one that's pulled down, wasn't it? No.
Different one.
No, okay.
There are 4 dark mantles that will go after Spoopy goes.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Haha, I got it unmuted. So Spoopy is just gonna turn to the one that's on top of Katya and kind of like straight faced pop pop with a pair of unarmed strikes.
Please do. Like the only character that's at full power right now. 12 will hit.
Sweet, it takes 4 damage. And then the other one, because I can use my bonus action,
Please do.
is a 10 to hit.
10 will miss, unfortunately, just barely. As you bring up the first one and you strike at the top of the head, and you try to bring your foot up for the second one, and it goes wide as Katya sways backwards as this thing is crushing its head.
And then I'm pinging. Is this one the one that's on the ground that was pulled down by the?
This one is
Which
on
one
the
was
ground.
pulled? This one and this one.
This one's on the head. This one's on the ground. This one's on the ground.
Okay, why are you and I the same color? This is just confusing. I'm gonna be neon green. There we go. Finn is gonna take a step. Well, Spoopy is gonna take a step back.
Okay. The Dark Mantle preoccupied will not take an attack.
Okay.
That
Yep,
it?
that is my turn.
Okay. Let me take a quick look at some things. Okay. The next Dark Mantle is up here. We'll scurry over 5, 10, 15, 20. Dropping on Spoopy. Will attempt to make a crushing attack.
Oof.
The attack will hit 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
You hear a grunt. Ugh.
She does make noise.
The Dark Mantle up here, 5, 10, moves over, and suddenly, in a 15-foot radius, darkness falls.
Oh.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh boy.
covering this area here. And I guess I have to actually just draw a good freehand like X. As
Actually,
Is
this,
you
this
can-
like magical
can-
darkness that we can't see with like dark vision
Correct.
with?
you,
Oh
have,
boy.
you are on. You got the right idea.
If you select that square, you can actually go in and infill it.
What do you mean?
I mean,
If I go to I create a square, you saying I can fill it?
yep. So like what I did on the, well, that's not a good color.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, what you're doing. So you're saying I should pick a color like gray, and then I could just draw the color. Yeah, whatever. It's there.
It's darkness.
It's throwing it on the map
Yeah.
object, so you're still gonna see through it. Okay, darkness happens, and it sucks.
Yes.
We can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That whole area, everybody in it, everything goes black.
Is the area outside of that, is that normal light, or is it like dark, dim light, or?
The area outside of the darkness is fine, but inside that square, up to the door and up to that line in the X, complete magical darkness. And that will be this one's turn.
It was nice playing.
Y'all had a
Yeah.
great go.
Yeah, you know.
You know, only another $50 for the second game.
You already owe me a second game, first of all.
He's not wrong. He's gorgeous, and he's not wrong. Obi-Wan Kenobi here. The two other mantles move forward. Let me. Fuck. I really want to be like, man, why aren't my rolls hidden? I thought they should be hidden. I thought we were playing a hidden. Oh gosh.
Just edit it.
Am I?
Yeah.
I was trying to hide rolls, but I
Yeah.
can't right now. So I can't flub shit. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to attack Sandra. I'm so sorry if it hits.
Bye.
Bye. Sandra,
Jesus.
5 points of bludgeoning damage as this dark mantle walks up to you and crushes you and wraps around you. I'm so sorry.
Poor Casey.
How are you
We're
feeling?
not mad at you,
Are you
Casey.
down?
Not quite.
Okay.
I'm barely hanging on.
All right. 5, 10. Sandra, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god!
Oh!
So,
I don't want to click this. I don't want to click this. So the next one walks up to the closest being, and it is still Sadra, and there are two dark mantles squeezing on Sadra. The next one wriggles around, crawls up, and starts crushing his torso. I'm gonna click the damage button. How much health do you have?
currently I have 1 health point.
What's your total
What's your
maximum,
maximum?
hit point?
My total max is 10.
So if this hits 11 points of damage,
You are obliterated.
you
Yeah.
just die.
Uh,
Oh, thank God.
oh my god.
Oh, missed by 1.
Sadra,
Oh my
this thing
God.
reaches around and crushes you for 10 points of damage. You hit unconscious. You are dying, bleeding out, but 1 more point of damage.
Kyle, this is your fault.
Wait a minute.
Sadra's the only one of us that can heal too, isn't he?
No.
I can heal him 5 entire HP.
5? That's not bad.
5
Oh,
entire.
you can actually
HP.
split that up.
Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
know,
thinking.
but that's the most I can heal at all this entire day.
Oh, I'm reloading. my roll 20. 1 second.
Also, India.
You're reloading the game before chaos happened. What?
I'm reloading to make sure I didn't. I actually lost the ability to hide the rolls, and when I can't hide them, I don't lie. Like I can't fudge them. I won't. And I don't normally fudge. I hate fudging dice generally, but I feel so bad.
Well,
I
when
wish
it's in
I
a
could
TPK
right now.
situation.
I really
Look,
wish I
I'm just
could.
going to say, Scorp is saying this isn't what he wanted, and that you lied to him. Like, it's a little late now, but I wanted you to be aware.
This is great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the level 1 of the bottom of Inlo's dungeon. There are 21 levels above you. Let's go.
They
Next
just
up,
get harder every level.
Remember how we were
hope
told
so.
this dungeon was like all the hard shit was like at the top and the bottom was not a lie?
I feel lied to.
there's no lie there. That's not a lie.
Oh, this is the easy shit.
No, it is. Absolutely. I think these things are CR, what is that? CR half. Level 1, D&D, poorly prepared for level 1. They did not design a good level 1. That's fine. You guys are going to be fine. This is fine. No problem. Salia, what do you want to do?
You have a crit, by the way.
Yes. So I have a crit. Does that mean even though I can't see, it's still a crit?
Yeah, no matter what you do, if you want to use the next hit is a critical. Whatever you do. You don't even hit the roll. You just tell me what you're doing, roll damage.
Okay. Now, here's the big question.
Do you save?
Should I try and get Sadra up?
You do whatever you want. Your critical will still be there next time you swing.
I wasn't prepared to make such a big decision.
Level 1. We're making harder decisions than the actual
1,
Delvers.
2, 3,
Right?
4, 5. There, you do have five characters in a row before the enemy's turn. Pulling him out of danger is an option. Making your attack is an option. Healing him is an option.
Yeah, if I can pull him out from under this pile of disgusting, terrible stuff,
So
I'm going to do that.
The worst thing that happens is you'll take 2 attacks of opportunity and half movement to move him back, which is 5, 10, 15. You could pull him, I would say you could rotate him around. Best case scenario, you could pull him to here, and you would be here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine taking an attack, some attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Leaving me alone with all of them.
I'm sorry!
Okay. And I'll give you your action. When would you like to take your action? You can do all that and still have your action.
Okay, alright. I will attack the one on top of Katya then.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage double 2 dice.
Okay, oh god, how do I do this? That, and then...
Larry, I think they need your help. Alright, perfect. So you roll the club. It deals 9 points of damage to the one on top of him, which was actually already heavily damaged. And that pulls one out of the fight.
Yay! It took one of us, we took one of them.
Oh, I was attacking the one on top of Katya.
Got it.
You know what? I'm gonna...
Then that thing it's still up, but it's looking bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you pull him down?
Yeah, then we're going down here.
Okay. We're going to make 2 attacks of opportunity on you as you leave. What's your armor class?
10.
It's still 10? Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Bop.
Oh!
Bop.
Yep. Oh, come on.
Goodbye.
What did
Yeah, no, I'm
You're
down,
down?
so I
Okay.
guess we didn't...
So we'll do that. You do leave. You do exit the square. You move him
Okay.
around below you. You push him. You fall. As you shove Sadra to the doorway, the 2 tentacles bop, slash against you. 13 points of damage as your body falls to the ground right in front of the door.
There goes our 2 healers, guys.
Yeah, now both people who can heal are dead.
We're
Well,
not dead,
Well,
we're down.
it was a fun game, guys. Cool.
I closed the door.
Scorp, You're banned. Bye. Go away.
Yeah.
Norik, I'm gonna need a death saving throw from you. Now the way we do this, and it only counts
He
if you
has
do
a
it this way.
crit.
Yeah.
He has a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, with the crit, you were at 1 hit point at the beginning of your turn. That's it.
Oh.
You roll your death saving throw at a critical 1 hit point. The very beginning of your turn. You look around, you wake up, you're on the ground, you're pushed through the doorway, a pile of blood that you've been slid through as Thessalia has pushed you through. She's down too on the other side, bleeding out. There's a door between you and her that you could close. You could heal, you could attack, you could run away, whatever you want to do.
So essentially I'm up, right?
You are up, but you're prone.
Okay. So that halves my movement if I stand up. So I'm in a different location. So I see she's down, right?
She is down. She's unconscious and bleeding out on the other side of the door.
Is she sticking out of the magical darkness at all?
Oh, I guess you're right. You can't see her. Thank you, Bucket.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Fuck Bucket.
We'll say she pushed you through and there's like a hand.
Which one of
Okay.
them
Outside of
cast
the
the darkness?
Was it the one that we got?
That one.
No, it was not.
It's this one.
Yep, correct.
So since I still see the hand, I'm gonna just start tugging with all my might, even though I'm prone.
Okay, you're gonna pull her through.
Yeah.
All right. Would you just like to move maximum distance? I can sort that out real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to here. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. She gets to here. You have 10 feet of movement, but you can't pull her any farther.
Okay. So
That's-
that was my action,
That's
right?
just your movement.
Oh, just my
I'm
movement.
not taking actions for unconscious people. You can grab them and free action move them,
Okay.
and that's half your movement to move them. You're still on the
I'm
ground.
gonna
You're still prone.
cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the cure wounds.
Why does that one not work? All right. 1d8 plus 3.
Okay, 9 points of healing wash over you, Sally, as you come to on the other side of the door. Pool of your own blood you're laying in as it's smeared across your side and your brand new leather armor that you come to.
Thank you. I'm just like gonna cough up some blood. You know.
Okay. The open door in the darkness rests behind you, Nork. Would you like to do anything else with your turn? Do you have anything else?
Close it.
Don't close the door.
Do I have any?
Yeah, he couldn't get to the door to close it. He's so low on movement.
I'm still in there.
Oh right, I forgot.
He can't see you because you're under them.
So is Spoopy.
Oh no, I forgot.
No, look, guys, you were really going to play Howard and Durgar.
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
I can't really do anything, so that's my turn.
All right, fair enough. Next up is 1 second. The orc.
Howard, please save our friends.
What is Howard? Howard has a club and no armor.
But he's a level 5 barbarian.
He's none of those things. You are putting a lot of faith into Howard.
I am praying.
Howard
is
is
he a level
is
1 commoner?
he's a 1/2 challenge level orc. He's gonna walk forward and he's gonna shout at Cesalia, "Move out the way. We've got to close the door."
Oh my god.
And that'll be his turn as he prepares his action to reach over and close the door as soon as he can. But Cesalia stands in the way. Katya.
So I can't see. I got a dark mantle on my
You got
thing,
something wrapped around your head. You got like
but
a new
I know
headdress.
I know where my head is. Club bonk.
Sure, make an attack.
It might damage me, but club bonk.
Club bonk. 14 will hit. 6 points of damage. And this thing actually, that's it. That's all it takes. This thing has been hit so many times. As you hit it, it slops off the side of your head. And what you think is suddenly going to become vision is black. Dead black. The exact black you had when this thing was wrapped around your head. But you hear the tentacles around you. You kind of have a sense of where the door was. But otherwise, what do you do?
I'm gonna try and make my way to that door.
Okay. That's an easy series of attacks of opportunity in which many of them can't take because they've already taken them. But at least one will get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
1 second. Let me get the right dark mantle. An 11 to hit.
That meets.
It meets.
So it hits.
It does hit. So you take 8
I'm down.
points of damage, and we'll put you right at the door where you land into the darkness. You all hear her screaming. Whatever. What are you saying as you're charging away?
Clear the path. Clear.
And then silence as you hear, and the sound of person sliding on blood as her face hits the cement.
Squeaky blood.
Bruno, what do you do? By Bruno, of course,
I hold
mean
Alt and then
Bucket.
press F4.
Hit F10 for reload. F9.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Quick load.
go.
Enable God mode.
IDK.
So I'm behind 2 people. I can't see anything in there.
Uh-oh. Come on.
Jamie just threw points into the abyss.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen, today points into the abyss are the after effects of the Tremors.
What did we do to you guys?
I need
I paid to
Is it that
suffer.
bad?
I need Quaz to give me a D100, please.
What did I do to you?
Was it because I didn't
23.
hug you long enough today?
Did I not pay you enough, Casey? Is that what this is about?
Today it is the after effects of the Tremors, and as Bucket thinks for a moment about what he's going to do, the earth shakes underneath him. I don't know if I get a good sound here if I shake my own table.
A good effect.
It's a sound effect, guys. It's more like a rumble, 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 rumble. But essentially, things in the dungeon begin to shift. They begin to rock. And with a 23, higher is always better, by the way.
Fuck.
Rocks do begin to fall on both sides of this room. Parts of the ceiling begin to collapse. I need
So
each...
literally rocks fall, party dies.
We all die.
I need a DC 8. DC 8 dexterity saving throw from every single person.
Auto fail.
Auto fail 1.
220s.
I have a
Dexterity saving throw?
-1.
Yep.
Any chance I can make a strength to, like, catch the rock?
You don't want to catch this rock.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to roll for the mantles.
Oh, good. Maybe it'll knock one off your head.
At least 2 of them failed.
Yeah, 2 of them did fail.
Nice.
I hope it kills them.
So far, all of us have.
All of you move out of the way.
I like
You
that
thrust
you
yourself
spin.
as multiple large rocks start to fall in between the hallway and the room that you're in. 2 of the mantles. And fall away, crushed under the rubble. Others jumping back. This dark mantle and you, Spoopy, moving in separate directions. The rocks falling on the other side. I'm going to say this ends up being the pattern. The new pattern. As rocks fall, everybody jumps out of the way. Reaction here for Howard is to close the door. As Tassalia moves out of the way, Howard takes the chance. He leaps forward, grabs the door, pulls it shut, holding his
Did
body
Howard
against
make a
it.
save?
Howard should make a save. You're right. Thank you.
Because I don't want him to close that door.
Natural 20 twice.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Of course, he couldn't attack. That would be way too.
God, no.
You can't see it because I rolled it without. He got 21. He got 22 21s.
Can I see this person? I
Who,
can see
Howard?
their foot. No, I'm sorry, I don't know names yet.
Katya?
I mean, Bucket doesn't know any names
You
yet.
can't. You can't see any of the people who are down in the other room. The darkness.
So
comes
the
right
one
to the
that
doorway.
cast the darkness is still alive?
Ooh.
Oh shit! You're
'Cause
right.
two of them did die.
I think actually that was the one. I think the one that had darkness was right.
It's dead.
here.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
He's gone. So here's how this
good.
works. The darkness drops. Sully has to jump out of the way of a falling rock. Howard jumps forward and closes the door, and as he closes it, you see him. The door actually physically shove Katya and Katya out of the way as he closes it.
Given that this is my turn, can I interfere with that? Because I would like to get them out of that room.
What would you like to do? Let me know.
I would like to body block him, seeing what he is doing, and
Give me
help them
let's
get
make
out of
this
the room.
a contested athletics check.
I'm all for it.
Okay. 5.
Well, even with a natural 1, I would beat that. So
You did. So you managed to get the door and
It's
you
like,
push and pull for a minute, and you managed to body block it. And now we'll let you be.
okay, and then I'm gonna, for the rest of my turn, I'm basically just gonna get Katya through the door.
Okay, absolutely. You
Is
can
she
do that.
down? Is she up?
I'm down.
So
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna slide her through.
so taking a quick look, Katya, you suffered a point of damage, but this wasn't a hit, so it wasn't a critical hit.
Okay.
So because it wasn't an attack, but you did take 1 death saving throw negative, 1 failed death saving throw.
Okie dokie.
I'll take that. That's my action, right?
That's your action and some of your
Okay.
movement.
Okay, and then for the rest of my action, for the rest of my turn, I'm just gonna tell human quickly get through the door, please, so we can shut it.
But you know my name.
No, I don't.
So, I was gonna say where did turn order go, but you
That's
fixed
my
it.
turn.
Yay!
There it is.
Next up is the Dwargar, but the Dwargar is worthless. He runs back into the corner. Galchabar, you're up.
Okay. The ones that are
I'm right there.
still-
Sorry, I'm right there to block him from shutting the door.
Hey, Spoopy, thanks for the gifts.
First, I want to go to like Howard to be like, "There's less of them now. If we kill them now, we move on." And I'm going to dumbly push my way in here. And of the 3, which ones are like hurt?
Of the 3, which ones are hurt? The one farthest from you, so the corner, top right, is mildly damaged, but the rest are full health. They've not been hit yet. And they've been pretty sturdy. Sturdier than you are.
I'm gonna move here, and I'll hold my action
Okay.
to attack one. I basically want to try and keep this open so Spoopy can get in through.
Okay. All right. Hold your action and attack them if they come to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if she, or no, I can't have that complex of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You're one or the other.
Oh wait, it's her turn next. So, what do I care? Yeah. Yeah. As soon as she's through the door, I will dash through the door. That is my action. My
Okay.
held action.
That's fair. All right.
I basically want to try and pull aggro.
Okay. Spoopy, your turn.
Can I walk through my party?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't end your turn on your party, but you can walk through them. Galchabar has inspiration.
Oh.
Thanks to Sadra.
Hey, thanks, man.
He's no slouch on those PowerPoints. He's been collected for weeks. He says, "I got you." All right, so Spoopy walks to the back of the party through the room. You watch her go. You may now use your dash action to go 30 feet in whatever direction you want. The door will be open. You do not have the ability to close it right now.
If I had the chance, I would have closed it on my way through.
Would you close it on the cow?
No, never mind. If I no, never mind. I forgot order of operations here.
It's just a matter of space. Okay. With that, it's going to be a series of Dark Mantle turns that I can't hide.
He was unable to get the door shut, right?
He was unable.
Still,
the door is open. Just because everybody's crowded around the door. His was a reaction to the action. Spoopy couldn't have stayed there to close it. Wait, which Dark Mantles? 1, 2, 3. All 3 Dark Mantles go now. Dark Mantle 1 comes over here. He will make an attack. He opened up. Where are you at? All right, the correct sheet. He will hit the crush button. 9. I assume a 9 doesn't hit you.
Correct.
Oh my god! Finally.
The other 2 Dark Mantles will come over to you at half cover. Actually, one is the door. The way the door is, one can't hit you. The other one will hit you at half cover. Half cover is +2.
That's a miss.
Oh,
Fortunately, I'm wearing leather armor.
That's right. Oh, a 12 misses. The other
also
Dark
dexterous.
Mantle, slams up against and tries to hit you through the door. And as you sit there with the door in your hand, waiting for your turn to close it, the 3 Dark Mantles on the floor, trying to blast you with tentacles, trying to crush you with beaks. We're doing some of those things on this corner, working and funneling through this door.
A lot of.
It is so. With that, it's going to be Tasalia, Norik, then Katya, then Bruno. What are y'all trying to do? I assume you're generally trying to close this door.
Is Katya down or not?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Katya's down.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. I'll at least give you a point.
Okay.
To make sure you don't die.
You bring
Have a hit
your
point.
lay on hands. You bring a point of radiant energy through your body into Katya. Katya, you come to on the ground. Again, pools of blood as you were dragged through to the other side. The slurping, the tentacles still on the other side of the hallway.
Welcome back.
Thank. Oh, let's not do that again.
Agreed. And that's all I'll do.
Okay. Next up is Norik.
So I'm back here. So I'm gonna walk up and see if I can try and close that door or force that door closed.
Okay. Yeah, we'll allow that. Give me an athletics check.
I'm no longer resisting this.
I would hope not.
We got everyone alive. That was the point.
With the 13, the tentacles are trying too hard to wedge themselves in. You're unable to get the door closed. But you sit there for the full breath of your turn, pulling on it. The orc is going to help. He's going to try. Howard, oh, close it. He's of no help, unable to get an angle on it. He can't get the door closed or assist you. Katya.
I guess I'll try and help close that door.
You pull yourself up, slipping in a lot of your own blood and somebody else's. Give me a athletics check.
Athletics? Hot damn.
Katya coming over, limping a bit, blood dripping down the side of her neck, her arm not quite working. She pulls the left arm up, grabs it, puts her foot back, and pulls it out of the way of the tentacles, slamming the door close, pulling it between you and the rest of the dark mantles. As Howard and the door breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, we're going to drop out of
I'll
initiative.
just kind of slump against the door after it's closed.
Hear a knock at the door. Who is it?
Knock, knock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another short break. I've been hydrating way too well.
At 9:07.
Yeah, we started late. We're going to run a little later if everybody's good with that.
I'm good with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned. For now, I'll see you to the sultry tunes of Bad Daddy.
I'm a real boy.
Bad Daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does it keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad Daddy. Not your son. Bad Daddy. I'm a real boy.
a real boy.
Bad daddy.
Dark mode
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad daddy. Okay, this is the whole 26
Not your
seconds.
son.
You just gotta let it go.
Bad daddy.
Oh, man. I'm so excited to have such fantastic, understanding, caring players that I have right now. Y'all are great.
Oh, Casey, we're having fun.
Oh, I hope so. Because I just tried to murder the out of you.
Don't mistake near-death experience for not having fun.
All right.
I will live.
Oh, I'm surprised one of you isn't remaking. So, you sit on one side of a door. You're holding it closed as the sound of tentacles on the other side slapping and slurping and trying to pull ineffectively, but trying to pull the door back open and get to you. Long moments go by while you hold this door tight.
Is there a keyhole that I can see on the door?
That is gross.
A peephole?
There is
No, a keyhole.
there is a keyhole.
I say we lock this door.
With what?
We've got
two skeleton
Oh,
keys.
right.
Sophie pulls out a skeleton key and just.
It locks. As you turn it, the door bolt. You feel a bolt as you pull once, twice, turn the rotating skeleton key in place. A bolt locks into place and secures the door. The slurping on the other end continues.
If nothing
Well, that
else,
was
it's slowing
unfortunate.
them down.
Spoopy goes over to a wall and just like slides down it and goes.
I second.
I would be careful. Rules.
We probably need to check out to see if this room's actually safe.
I want to go to our Drugar friend.
Is he still with us, or did he end up in the other room?
He is. He's with you, and he's huddled back into the corner. He's got his shield back to him, and he says, "No, the darkness. I can't take it. There. I told you, no."
Can I like lightly smack him on the face to get his attention? See if that calms him down.
Give me a persuasion check. Or intimidation, however you wish to proceed.
Intimidation.
Casey Ballot has a very important request.
I think we can. I think on the other side of the door, it continues to. I gotta work on this. Gotta work on these sounds for you. All right.
So yeah, I'm backhand him.
Okay. With a 19, he straightens up and says, "What?
Boy, you lived through this one. I want answers. The fuck are you doing here?"
He takes a deep breath and he gathers himself. He holds his shield a little closer and says, "We came through the fissures, but we wasn't the only things that was coming through the fissures."
No. You mishear. What are you doing here? Why are you here? I understand how you got here.
Expedition.
Can I insight that? Because I don't trust this man worth a damn.
Yeah. You may. Anybody may roll insight.
Hey, I trust him.
Ah, damn. I still don't trust him, but I can't read him.
All right. So here's what happens.
Dang, Spoop.
Katja, Quaz. I mean, he's hard to read. That's a good assessment. India, Finn, Sadra. He's telling the truth, but he's telling the technical truth.
Expedition. What?
Loot, treasure.
How many are there?
Oh,
Is it
squad.
just those corpses?
Squad, whole squad. 13. Lucky number to draw 13. I mean, it was 3 there. I'm hoping that the rest of them got away, but you just can't tell. In a place like this, what is going on here?
So,
we do not know.
Yeah, I don't know
I also-
either. It's fucking shitty.
What is your name, laddie?
You did say if we survive, you tell name.
We survived one time.
We
Name now.
I feel like we've got lots more survival to go, but really, there's no power in a name.
Can I hit him again?
You may definitely, absolutely, anything
Alright.
you want to do.
Yeah, like this time I want to, since I still have his hammer, I want to threaten him with it and be like, just spit it out.
You may roll another intimidation if you'd like, or an attack.
Please, this is not the way.
Jeez, with the 19s.
Give me your name, or I hit you with your own weapon.
Yeah, it's Ricardo.
So your name is shit.
You know, dwarves that I know in the past, not cowards like this one.
He's about to become my next meal.
I've never had
Buckets
dwarf.
is muted.
Please, this is not the way. And I will get up, and if I'm uninterrupted, I will assist the gentleman up. And then we will walk towards the door, and I will put my hand on the handle.
The door.
Oh, I like you, Bucket.
He's already tearing up a bit, and he's shaking, and he goes, "Oh no, what do you think? Oh, I'm fine. What you you won't do it. Fuck you. You won't. Give me a
I will
deception.
stand up.
I
I'll
have no
stand
fear
up.
of death.
Give me a
I have
deception
no
check.
problem doing this.
Unless you really will open the door, give me a deception
Out of
check.
character, that door is locked. Y'all can try.
Well, duh,
But
we
he has
know
both
that.
the keys.
Give me key.
You're muted
You
again.
muted
Bucket.
again.
Dang it! I know out of character. I'm counting on him not knowing.
No, not insight, deception.
This is actually not deception.
What is it?
Truth.
So you will open. You will open this door.
So it would be intimidation, I guess, because I'm not. I would. Well, no, I guess you're right. It is a deception because I know the door is locked. You're right. One sec.
I know we're
He
fishing.
has
for
no
good
fear of
bonuses.
death, is what he's getting at.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. He says, "Fine, open the door. Fuck it. Let's go. Open it." And he starts pushing on the door. I got nothing to live for anymore.
Give
Fuck
me
it.
key.
You know,
I'll
Spoopy.
open doors.
you know my name.
Spoopy just stands
You
up,
know what
walks over, and unlocks the door. It's a very grandiose bow.
And I'm going to like stoop down
walks
and
away.
all of my
Give
like
me-
8-foot tall.
Spoopy, give me an intimidation check. As he's one push away from the door and he looks at you. He backs up.
I'm going to like bend down so that like I'm eye level, all 8-foot tall of me.
I'm not sure what you want of me right now.
Your name.
Ricardo!
Maddie, no.
Ricardo.
Now I want answers. The fuck? Why
My
you
hand
here?
turns the handle a quarter of an inch.
We want answers because we want to live, and you are collateral.
I'm a dwarf, underdark dwarf from the Underdark, here for an expedition for loot. What the fuck else do you want from me? I'm really on edge here. If we could just,
You want to see Edge? I show you Edge. And I get, I'll take a step back to let someone else interact with him,
Yeah.
and I'll start doing like the bull, like my hoof on the ground, like I'm about to charge him.
He's raising his hands in confusion. He said, What do you want? What else do you... I fucking gave you everything you want, man. Swoopy's muted or somebody's muted.
We're so evil.
We're slaves who want to get away, man.
He seems at wit's end. He seems insight checks there. Oh, those weren't insights. He seems to have given you everything you want. He has no idea what you want from him right now.
I want a way out.
You will take us to Fissure.
He points to the door that you.
So
just
you
tried
want to go through?
There was no other door, was there?
There's not another door in this room. You know that you are at kind of a dead end. There's only one way back out.
I mean, his entire party is dead in there. They obviously came
Well,
from that room.
There's only 3 of them dead in there. And he said his entire group was 13.
Yep.
So there's a possibility for more.
You said
But
that
they still are
the
coming from
shift
that
happened
direction.
2 days ago.
2 to 3. You're a little off track of time.
So what I would recommend is those of you that need to take a breath, as it were, we do that, and then we move on because there's no other way through. And you collect yourself. I look at the Durgar.
We go
You might be
through,
needed.
we kill things, we move on, meet up with your group, yes?
Yeah.
I would recommend we take a rest first, but yes.
Well, obviously.
Some of you have been dented, as it were.
What is Norik doing through all this?
I'm really looking around our room just to see if there's possibility of anything else that might be in here that we may not have spotted in
Okay.
everything that's going on.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Are we taking a short rest? Because I would love to take a short rest.
You may. As long as nothing happens in the next hour, you may.
Would that Durgar's chainmail fit on anyone?
Yo, I will gladly take that.
As, anybody but the Minotaur would fit on.
It's called a bikini, thank you.
I would gladly trade my leather for something that's gonna give me more than 10 AC.
I have a suggestion. We rest here, finish off tentacle beasts.
By the way, Sandra, make it an advantage if you're spending a significant amount of time.
Well, who knows how many there actually are.
Okay.
We may not want to fight all of them.
True. But still we rest here
Yes.
for night or whatever time of day.
Norik, what you find is you're looking around. There are the pressure plates and the springs and all the things that were set to make a trap. The only thing, I mean, nothing else here. There was like a powder of a barrel of some kind of pepper, but other than that, nothing here. You think maybe used for the kitchens?
Okay, so like a storeroom for the kitchens.
Right. Not yet to be transported to the other side.
Right.
Do I see this? Probably not. I'm not the one investigating.
Give me a perception check. What's your passive perception?
15.
You see him open up a barrel of black powder.
Do I smell? Can I smell?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. You can smell.
Yes.
Well, if I open it,
I
I'm
process it
gonna
in ones and
sneeze.
zeros, but yes.
You're gonna see. Kaboom!
Oh. Do I have a way of carrying that? Because I would actually love that.
Well, you see Norik setting over a barrel of black powder, and he opens it up and he dismisses it and closes it back down again. It is a large barrel. We're talking 4 foot tall, 1.5 wide. Looks like it was going to be prepped for the trap.
I look over to the Durgar. Did we get his name?
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Ricardo, do you have any containers that we could keep?
He looks
small
back
powder
and forth and back and down, and on him you see he's got pouches and a belt, but other than that he's got nothing, and he just raises his hands like,
Oh yeah, we all have buckets.
I don't. I gave my other one to Spoopy.
Okay, but there are buckets we could carry it with.
Yes.
I give you buckets, and they're the most useful thing you have so far.
I don't know. We could.
I mean,
So true,
that's what
so true.
happens when you strip us naked and put us in the bottom of a dungeon.
I would
Nonsense.
love
My-
to do that with what?
I missed the context because I just said strip us naked and put
I
us in a
didn't say
dungeon,
anything.
and then I heard you say,
Continuing to
never
do
mind.
the best I could.
Yeah.
Okay. Might I suggest we fill our buckets with this? It could be quite useful at the moment.
Aye, seems.
Or in the future. Just those of you who don't understand what this is, don't let it get near fire.
Or do.
If you like being dismembered, yes.
Not us, on them.
Oh, we
Fair.
could-
And I'm going to. I'll get my bucket full of gunpowder.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and fill mine up.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody who has a bucket, we have what? How many buckets full of gunpowder? Raise your hand.
All of the buckets.
My hand is raised.
All right, so 4 of you with bucket full of gunpowder, 5 of you bucket full of gunpowder. So one of you dumps out your fluorescent light.
I keep my fluorescent lighting,
Spoopy has lighting.
but
so-
I do put some in my pocket.
Are you gonna use that like
Pocket sand.
All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to. Everybody's gonna have to help me remember. If any point where she takes fire damage, please remind me that she has a pocket full of gunpowder, because I'm not gonna remember. Okay, that's fine. So you have 5 buckets of gunpowder. Bucket has explained to you that this is of a explosive nature. The door unlocked now is being pulled just like this, like it's being pulled open. This on the other side still, aggressively. It seems to be getting anxious. What do you do?
We could hear out. Take boom powder. Pour in front of door. Do we have anything to start a fire?
Doesn't do I know what gunpowder does?
Druidcraft can start a fire.
If it was explained to you, pretty easy conversation.
I assume both Bucket and I would know.
You should have this. What would that conversation sound like? Please.
If it touches fire, it will.
It'll
rapidly
burn, but it
expand
won't necessarily
and-
explode unless it's under pressure.
We used to shoot cannonballs out of with this.
Eventually,
My
I would like
idea-
to make one of those.
I like you already.
Yes, I'd mount it on my shoulder. Get a few. Yes.
Distractions. My idea is, if they come through door, we light it. At least burns them. Fire good against that. Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Plenty of gunpowder, plenty of fire.
Also, they seem to like the darkness. Fire
Light
will
may be
create a little
bad.
light. For them, yes.
We could draw a line and light from back as soon as that door opens. They burn. We kill, we loot the corpses, we move on.
That is not a bad idea, but I still say we wait.
No. We wait. You all are fucked up.
Yeah, we're not quite at short rest territory for those who are short resting.
But we should probably lock the door before we take a rest.
I would have. I did say that I was relocking the door. I might have been muted. I relocked it after.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
That's fine. Noted.
So, yeah, that is my big plan. We burn them. I then smash with hammer. We go and loot the corpses of those expedition crew.
Why do I feel like there was air quotes there?
Oh, there was. I wish you could see me.
The Duergar in the corner says, "Fine."
Look, Ricardo. We have to live. Either we use it, or we get attacked by more darkness. Scary.
Howard raises his hand and speaks up. And he says, "I'm scared of the dark. Let's not minimize how scary that was at the moment. My feelings. I want to put on the table here in kind of a safe space and say that no, fuck that. I don't want it."
Howard, you want to kill them, yes? You'd rather kill them than die, yes?
I would rather kill them than they kill me. That sounds fantastic. But let's not minimize how scary it is on the other side of that tentacle door.
There are worse things out there.
I'm feeling a certain level
I'm
of
with
trauma
Howard
that
on this
maybe
one.
we don't.
Howard.
We
Yep.
currently outnumber them, yes?
Oh.
They are
Assuming
injured.
more have not come.
Yes, but may I remind you, we have only managed to kill one of them. The other 2 were killed by rocks.
Then we gang up on them.
That
And
is
hopefully
false.
the fire kills.
Should we throw rocks at them?
If you like.
Howard, that would be very helpful if you could throw rocks at them.
I'm pretty good at
Give us
throwing
the
rocks.
club.
When I
Are
was,
we counting the ones
Did
that
you
I
like my club. Katya made this one specially for me.
Howard, if you're not going to use it to beat them, shouldn't someone who's going to come up to the front and beat them use it?
Fine, I'll hit them with the club.
But you
That's
can't
what I
have it.
thought.
It's got table corners on it, and I like table corners.
I'm
That's
going
the
to
best
show
place
you-
to sit. Sometimes
I'm
I
just-
sit at a bar and I'm not at the corner, and people
I'm
get
about
too
to hit
close.
you with my table corner.
I would please
Why did I turn
stop.
French?
Why would you do that to me right
I
now?
whip out the warhammer in my hand and just go, "Oh, you can keep it. I don't want it."
Can we trade? I would love that thing that you have is made of metal. And
Howard,
this is made of table
Howard,
corners.
you
I'm going
get
to
the
go into low
rocks.
power mode. Have fun.
If we could just come to an understanding that my table corner is mine and that I will hit a dark tentacle thing with it at least
You're
one
going
time.
to go in there.
One time.
No, hit them
Just
until they're
once?
dead. We will help each other. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm good. I will hit it at least one time.
Need I remind you, I made that corner. for you.
You are fantastic at making table corner clubs. I really appreciate your help here, but I'm just saying that if I only hit it once, I should be enough. I'll try to hit it more than one time, but you can't hold
Okay.
me on a contract of only more than that.
Let me put it this way.
I would love for you to
Howard.
put it away.
If you step behind me on the battlefield,
Yes, behind you.
I will consider you an enemy.
So as long as I'm in front of
As-
you, I'm good. But if you step behind me, I consider you an enemy.
You can have fun with that.
How about we do it this way? You pull your weight, Howard,
I have lots of that.
and we consider you asset.
I'm
You-
a good asset.
Fail at that, we leave you behind for tentacle monsters.
Roll a persuasion check, both of you, please.
Oh,
That
me
be
too?
persuasion or intimidation?
I want intimidation.
You may choose. And Finn, what are you doing with the painter supplies?
Spoopy.
Spoopy. Excuse me. What are you doing with the painter supplies?
I mean, I typed it in there.
Uh,
Spoopy has been drawing on the wall in blood.
I
Very
have
nice
to.
portrait.
I do have to click things. Oh gosh, you are actually emoting.
Yes.
What is the
By the way,
portrait of?
can Twitch see that chat?
It's very difficult to
Yes.
read, but I can't. I've not maximized, so maybe
It
it's
is
easier.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing most of this game with the
With one.
Streamlabs OBS open, which gives me my view of you, my view of the chat, my view of my whole play, but it's minimized.
But it's like, yeah.
Yeah. It's the best way to play. Really, surprisingly.
I don't particular. That's all just side role play. I just thought I would paint a picture.
So I'm gonna pause their intimidation checks and ask you, what are you painting in blood in the middle of the wall in the dungeon around all the people who are really scared?
a very nice face, like a very detailed. Like, have you ever seen the thumbprint pictures where it's different levels of paint on?
Are you
its
trying to say
thumbprint,
these are
so it's like stippling?
happy blood paintings?
No, they're just. It's like a realistic portrait. Let
Of
me
what?
find a picture for you
Of what?
of a
though?
face.
Of a face? What kind of face? What kind of face?
In blood.
What kind of emotion are you evoking? That's the more important thing for an artist.
Tentedness.
It would be in the.
Lust.
Try to steal my Fig Newtons
On a
and just dump
natural
them all
20,
on the
I want to
floor.
know what the emotion is.
Well, it's a modified 20, but it is
Yes.
sadness and like grief.
Okay. So, Spoopy has
Also-
been painting a sad, grieving painting in blood.
And also still has not spoken the entire day.
Everything she's done has been in hand signs, and suddenly she picks up the paint, starts taking dabs of Katya's blood and Norik's blood, and starts painting a mural on the wall that evokes sadness in all of you. No matter what your artistic persuasion is, you feel sad. Really sad. And as Howard is trying to find bravery, and he's trying to find a level of calm, he feels sad. And behind this, there's two intimidation checks. Katya and Quaz. Katya, not being intimidating enough to get her point across, knowing that she would have to resort to physical violence.
Too injured to like actually try.
And he's not...
Galtober is happy with physical violence.
Quaz, strong, powerful. And what was the last thing you said to him?
Either die to them or die to me.
And Howard looks at you and looks at the painting and says, What's the point anymore?
No.
Okay, so you die. Either way.
And he begins to slightly tap his head with the club.
Aim for your throat.
No, not the eye.
Just
Gouge
a very gentle. We're not gonna get out of here. It might as well not be the tentacles.
He kills himself.
He is causing like fractions of a point of damage.
Okay, I'm like,
but his heart's
slowly
not,
killing himself.
His heart's not in it right now, but you think eventually it might be. I see Katya.
Have we gotten our rest yet?
Katya.
Yeah, we'll say this is a short rest. Good question.
okay. So we have one on suicide watch. The sociopath is painting in blood.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my time because I'm only 2 hit points down. I'm not gonna like rest and
Sure.
use my hit dice. I am going to. Howard made a point. Rocks. I'm going to try and find some sizable rocks to pick up and carry me, so I can try and throw them at these things next time
So
we face them.
give me a perception check. You're going to succeed. I want to see the volume of your success here.
Oh.
Okay. So there are several rocks that collapsed in on the roof. You were able to gather them into a pile near to assault the door. There is a D12, a D10, a D8, and several D4s. So 112, 110, 108. We'll call it 10 D4s. That, if picked up and thrown, would cause that appropriate amount of damage on a regular attack roll with a proficient weapon. So strength or dex to throw. The D12 would require strength, but everything else could be dex.
The D12, D10, D8, and how many D4s?
10. So everything but the D12 can be thrown with dex and proficiency, but the D12 requires strength and proficiency. You've gathered enough rocks and kind of lined them up on the door as you spend your short rest sorting through the best and most volatile rocks. The rest of them are powder and small and too small to cause any significant damage. But you find good damage right here on the other side of the door as you sort through the rocks and line them up.
Ooh, I want that D19.
Oh, whoops.
D12, D19, yeah. You very successfully find great rocks for throwing, and it would take an action, but yeah, much stronger than anything you guys currently have.
Split up the rocks amongst yourselves, because, like, again, Warhammer.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking the D12 because I think I have the highest strength of anyone here, so I can leverage that.
Looking at the painting, the Durar will also take off his chainmail and his shield and deposit that on the ground and say, "Get me out of here. I'm done."
Can I take the shield?
It's up to the group.
Oh, I know.
Quaz, how much AC do you have without the shield?
10.
Okay, so we're the same.
I would give you the chainmail, and I would take the shield, just so that I could have a little bit extra.
Is he taking off the chainmail?
Yep.
Yeah, he took off both.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's like, you take the chainmail unless someone else wants it, and I'll take the shield unless someone else wants it.
I'd like the chainmail, and I'll happily give somebody the leather that
I'll take the leather.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you the leather, and I'll take the chain if that's cool.
Yeah, I have no qualms.
That's fine.
Then I'm now going to equip a shield.
It's D&D, but actually it's a game of Rust.
Fuck.
All right, I'm feeling a lot better.
Okay. Feel free to take a moment to
There
update your
is a
character sheets.
technicality for
Say again?
it's in metal.
You're breaking up.
Might be.
I can't hear you. You're
There,
breaking up.
there is.
You're both breaking up super bad.
Hello. Oh, cool.
You're back?
I'm frozen.
I think you're back.
There we go.
What's up?
I think so.
What's the technicality?
We're double checking real quick. Druids like won't wear armor or wield weapons made
So,
of metal, I think is the rule.
That's
You
a
care about
yeah,
that?
I think
won't.
that's a 3.5 thing. I don't.
It's a 5e
think
thing
it's-
because I've never played 3.5. Or I haven't really played
It's
it.
a 5e. I
It
won't. I
specifically
won't.
says light
wear
armor,
any
medium
metal.
armor, and shields. Druid will not wear armor or use shields made of metal.
Okay.
There you go. You can use a weapon, but not the armor or the.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rule Nazi or anything.
Who's our druid again? Nork?
Me.
Nork.
Okay.
Arc.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, please.
No,
continue.
no. It's a 5e thing. It's just such a tiny sentence in the book that I've always.
Yeah.
And it can easily be waived by DM.
I mean, if you were to make like wooden chainmail, fuck it, I don't care.
I only know this because I have made a bone druid where they have a pet
Fair,
rust
fair.
beast
Fair.
because they hate metal.
Yeah, Scorpion Tanker points out it's buried in flavor text. Like, realistically, you wearing medium metal armor doesn't break the fucking game. You just buy it made of wood, I don't care. Don't care at all. Have fun.
So it's
Made
up to
from an
Nork.
It's made from an ironwood tree.
Is it so? Then that's another question. Is it flavor text or is it rule text?
Corp's saying it's flavor text.
He's saying it's flavor text, but I would believe it if it was rule text. It's one of those weird fucking things I've never taken the time to nail down because I don't play a druid.
It's under proficiencies.
I really should wear a druid. Oh, let me just bring
Okay.
it up. Let me just, for my curiosity. Go ahead, please.
From
please
the
do.
official Wizards website, it is it's a taboo for druids, but they're not. They can wear it. It's just typically they can't. They choose not to. They don't lack the ability to wear metal armor. They choose not to wear it.
I do see the proficiencies, and I understand exactly what you're saying. So I don't care. Nork, make your own fucking mind up. Metal's natural. Fuck it. It's ore. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've taken a short rest. I'm going to try to get us back on track. You've distributed some gear. If you want to roll your hit dice, please feel free to. There are 3 dark mantles on the other side. The slurping hasn't stopped. They seem just insatiably hungry with on the other side. What do you do?
I think it's time to set our plan of doing the trail of gunpowder and getting ready.
Explain to me how you're setting up the gunpowder.
Shit, I didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah.
Nah, so does the door opens into the other room, right? That was established.
Mhm.
So I want to make a little pile right in front of the door because the idea is we'll open it and then back up. Then make like a little trail, and then we can use. I heard we could use Druidcraft to spark it, and then boom, when they come through, we can hit them with that fire. See if maybe that can do some extra damage to them.
Okay.
But that was my idea.
Nork, you're part of
Assuming
that
our
plan?
druid has druidcraft.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Druidcraft is what, a cantrip?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have that prepared.
Did you
What-
get all your
You
spells?
don't prepare your cantrips every day, but yeah.
So he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he just doesn't know Druidcraft.
There you go.
I assume
I might have messed up the
Duergar,
cameras. I'm sorry, Casey.
Duergar might have a flint.
So one of the things looking at Nork, is he also doesn't have all his level 1s prepared.
Mm.
But none of them have fire anyway, so no worries. What was your last question?
Would the Duergar have flint on him or some way of starting a fire? Since he seems to actually have.
You could definitely
equipment?
talk to him to find out.
Oi!
I'm so tired. Why are you?
Flint! Fire! We need fire!
Oh, well, get some flint.
Do you have some?
No, I don't have any.
Well,
Let's explore.
I mean, does he have a tinderbox? I mean,
Everything's in the other room. I dropped it. I ran.
you don't even keep a pipe on you?
I mean, it's in the. I have the pipe, but I don't have the flint.
What use are you?
I'm really none. You might as well just end me now. I'm so done.
If you say so.
I can do that.
What? No.
I'm going to
no-
turn away
Oh.
from him. What the hell could we only have one piece of metal, so we can't like spark them. Anyone else
I
have an
mean,
idea of
have we
fire?
taken a
I
look
mean-
around the room to see? I mean, if there was a
There are no
thing
torches,
full
right?
of black powder,
No torches.
there might
Cesalia,
be
give me
a
an
lighting
investigation
mechanism
check.
somewhere.
Or a perception check, your choice.
Which one is less bad? Perception is less bad.
You
It's
say that
still
and you look
bad,
around
though.
the room and you see the indents where the pressure plate trap and the gunpowder trap was going to be, but you don't see a firing mechanism. But the idea is there, and there has to be somewhere, but you just can't find it.
Someone else
I'll
want?
mention
Bella
it,
the
but, like,
Valiant makes an excellent point that Bruno is now spoopy, and I am
Yeah,
now
yeah,
bumping.
you guys, you and your cameras are lame.
I heard cats in the background, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll fix it, don't worry.
Well,
I mean, yeah, I guess we'll have to just search the trap, see if there is a sparking mechanism.
Anybody who'd like to search may roll individually, but
Okay.
you seem like there would
Investigation.
be, but you can find it.
Perception
saw-
or investigation, Casey?
Either one.
I rolled perception for you.
Bella says, "Wire spoopy and bucket switch." Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whenever anybody disconnects from the chat, it resorts things. That's all.
I accidentally turned off my camera for a split second, and it was long enough to.
Yeah, it will. Katya, Quaz, you both find a mechanism, flint and wool, iron wool,
Okay.
that is rubs together on the pressure plate in such a way that would create a spark. You think you can easily, with a moderate survival check, cause a spark on demand with these.
Who wants to light the fire? I'm going to hit with hammer when I see it.
Oh, I'm very much a fan of that.
I can light fire. That's
Okay. I'll hand off whatever I found, and I'll just go take a spot ready to, like, as soon as I see it come through the door, I want to wham it.
I'm
Please.
getting ready with my rocks.
Okay,
I'm
so,
ready to fire.
okay, so Katya has the wool and the flint next to the gunpowder. Tasalia has the rock. Which rock?
I'm starting with the D12 one.
All right, Nork, what are you doing?
Already Thorn Whip.
Okay. Gul Shabar, what are you doing?
I'm standing by with Warhammer.
Warhammer. Okay. Spoopy, what are you doing?
Spoopy would actually go up to Bucket and in hand Stein's request a couple of the knives that he has.
Okay.
It should be a pretty simple sign, so I'll give you a couple.
Okay. So who's standing
Down
at the door?
to
Somebody
9.
opening the door?
I mean, I'm standing right next to it. Would I be able to open and then smash with hammer?
You would be in the way of the gunpowder.
Uh,
Oh, do you want to
So
die?
the answer
Open
is
door.
yes, but it's not without its dangers.
Howard
I
can
mean,
open the door.
yeah.
It sounds like a really bad idea. Not
You wanted to die anyways.
You know what? You bring up a really good point. Fuck it. I have the door. Sweet embrace of death and all that. Fuck it.
Spoopy hands him a key.
Bucket has given up how many knives?
I think a knife.
I'm down to 9.
Okay.
I keep a track.
Howard holds the door and he looks back at the rest of you and goes,
Okay.
"Your friendship
Three.
was
You
treasured,
said a
and I really appreciate all the time you spent listening to Bucket. My problems.
I will save you if I can. And I
We should
try
have
and like
sacrificed Ricardo. He also wanted
I really
to die.
appreciate it. It means a lot to me." And he opens the door.
Uh,
And that's
you
where
want
we're gonna leave tonight's episode.
Oh,
Howard opens the door.
I can't believe we spent all this time to open a door.
We have gotten through one room.
No, we got through 1.5.
I'll take it. You can have a half. Fine. I love
I
it.
didn't even get to roll survival.
How's it
Actually,
feel to be
real
on that
quick.
side of the cliffhanger?
Rocks fell, right?
Rocks did fall. You didn't die though.
Can we move upwards?
Oh!
You could always go back and look, but I can't give you the
Well-
answer now.
Oh, because they fell. Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going
They
into
fell
the
in
new
the
room.
next room.
Can we
so-
They fell in
level
this
up?
room too.
Yo, level up.
Can we move up level?
No level yet.
Oh!
No level yet. I'm not to punish you, but it doesn't. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
This might actually
that's
be the
fair.
slowest leveling group of the groups.
Oh no.
Yeah, everyone else gets adventures.
Because
We
I'm
get suffering.
multi-classing, so I need the levels.
It might be because the tension is good, the pacing is good. But no, not yet. Not that you won't soon, but not at the moment.
At least get through the next room.
Good question though. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
I'm glad no one died.
I'm so glad nobody died. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I was gonna feel super shitty.
I was ready. I was just like, nope, they're gonna close the door. I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna
You would have to
swished
deal with a
and-
warlock.
No thanks to the scorpion sting.
Yeah.
No, really, Scorpion Tanker, don't take any heat from this. You made such a great episode here. This would not have had the tense emotions
That's
if it
fair,
wasn't for
yeah.
that.
Screw you, Kyle. I'm still mad at you.
It's always my decision on what to put in the game, and I'm going to make your points worth it every time, and you have made the session with your 40 points, and that's what 40,000 points is supposed to be.
Nah, this really shifted the tone of the adventure.
Oh yeah.
This really set a standard for like all of the sessions after this.
It has.
We are now hardcore survival mode.
Yeah.
We're already sacrificing someone.
We're really all
You gotta
gunning for
state
me.
the old gods, right?
Also, I like that we're sacrificing the person that we knew and not the person that we just met.
In our defense, we remembered Howard first.
Oh, man.
True.
Y'all are beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call this episode. I'm going to close it out, and we're going to talk after stream, so don't disconnect from the Zoom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. I'm Uncommon. You're watching Uncommon Gaming, and the Deputized Delvers Group 2 will come up with another name, because you are actually delving really deeply.
Bucket Brigade.
Very, very deeply.
The Bucket Brigade's
21
not
floors
bad.
deeply.
All right, go and give your waves. I'm going to cue us out with the cool bad daddy that's does.
Hey,
Real boy.
I'm waving by.
Bad daddy.
It keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does it keep kicking me in the dick?
Bad daddy. Not your son. Bad daddy.